I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medispa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. All products and services are on sale at our spring extravaganza, April 4th through the 8th. BeautyBarMedispa.com. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
You know, everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. But the good news is, you know, we're getting vehicles from the factory every single week. So what the customer can do is come in, get an appraisal on their trade-in if they have one. They can pick a vehicle that's incoming and actually kind of build it how they want. And then when it gets here in the next 6 to 8 weeks, they're actually taking delivery of a new vehicle.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owners insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Welcome to the Cheese Show. And when Cheese puts on a performance like this, you might get to the crust and think, it's over. But no. Let's hear it for the Encore Cheese. This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust stuff.
Hey, Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is only $13 and is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
From our floor to your door, Bostic Sugg Furniture has what you need in stock, so you can get your furniture now, not later. Save store-wide, plus get special financing on our huge selection of beautiful furniture from Lazy Boy, Bassett & Rowe. Better sleep starts now on the Arctic Mattress by Serta on a Power Motion base with 48-month special financing and no money down, plus our exclusive 10-year Power Base warranty. From our floor to your door, create something beautiful at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
There's local politics, bud.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Sustained effort and violence?
No, please. No. Please, everyone be quiet.
Was that supposed to be funny?
I got a little taco meat on my chest.
Cool, neat story. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand. I want to shake his hand.
Family. Let's get the pumping.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, welcome in to a free Beer Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Give me a little music in the ears. Chandler Honeycutt producing today. Audio. CJ Schaefer on video. We're on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930. You can find us online, PR927fm.com, and watch us on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Talk about whatever you want to talk about on this Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We got Pirate Baseball in Cincinnati later. It is Final Four weekend. A lot going on in the sports world. We'll talk about it all. A lot going on in the music world, as right across the street, Doggy Jams appears to be underway, rocking and rolling. We have our Doggy Jams analyst, Mike Mullis, here in the Pirate Radio studios. Hello, Mully.
Hey, buddy.
Good to see you.
Good to be here.
And we have, let's go ahead and go out to the Pirate Radio Live line before we get rolling today, because Troy D is our man on the scene Across the street at Doggy Jams, Troy, what a scene in downtown Greenville today. What's going on out there?
Yeah, great to be on location with you guys. Just literally across the street from Pirate Radio. It was an easy trek over here as Doggy Jam's officially getting underway right now with Just the Tip taking the stage. That's the band, by the way, Just the Tip. They're rocking it out. Doors opened about an hour ago. The event is sold out, and they have sold 4,500 tickets at $35 a pop. So you can do the math there. But this is a major event in downtown Greenville. Shaquille O'Neal will be taking the stage at 6 p.m. tonight. The event will conclude at 7. Of course, he will be coming as DJ Diesel, which is his DJ name as his persona for events like this. So they're expecting a huge crowd here. Already a lot of people piling in here. Russ from Carolina Eagles with me. He runs the business better known as Budweiser, Bud Light, and all the other great pirate beverages that you know and love. Of course, you couldn't have an event like this without some great pirate beverages. And, Russ, you guys have your whole full army here from Carolina Eagles staffing it up to make sure it's a successful event.
Yeah, we've been here since 7 o'clock this morning, and we've been going ever since. We have not stopped.
And I'll tell you this, if you see me with a kind of tall boy in my hand and it says it's a new drink called Liquid Death, you might think, damn, Troy's turning it up right here, drinking some Liquid Death. But don't judge a book by its cover, and don't judge a can by the design. Liquid Death is the newest brand that you guys are distributing, which is basically some awesome canned water. And it is free to everybody that comes here today.
Absolutely. That's a great sampling opportunity for us, for a brand that we just launched. They have two different versions. They have a sparkling and they have a regular, and the regular is phenomenal. It's in a 16-ounce can, heck of a lot better than a crinkle plastic bottle of water.
Now, just curious, Russ, how many, they're serving their famous drink, the Sup Crush. They're planning to serve thousands of those today. But other than that, you're providing a lot of great ice-cold beers and beverages. How many cases do you think you'll go through an event like this today?
Well, we're looking at doing at least about 300, 350 cases. We've got 400 out here, but we're hoping to do about 350.
And guys, you couldn't ask for better weather. 72 degrees. Hardly any clouds in the sky, a gentle breeze. It is quite a scene out here in downtown Greenville, 5 Points Plaza, directly across from the Pirate Radio studios. I'm looking at some of the buildings on Evans Street, and there's a lot of folks on rooftops enjoying the scenery today. And it is quite the scene here in downtown Greenville on this Friday afternoon, guys.
All right, good stuff, Troy D. Looking forward to DJ Diesel getting out there at 6 o'clock. That's going to be a lot of fun. And, Mully, we can kind of hear what's going on over there right across the street. And quite a party on this Friday.
It certainly seems like it. And I would say nobody better than to be right in the middle of that than
we got our best man on the job.
Troy D's on it.
Yeah. Good stuff, Troy. Thanks, man. If you run into Shaq, give us a call.
All right, I'll if we can get, I'm efforting, let me say, to get an interview with him. So if we can do that, we will. I'll definitely be calling you guys. We'll be breaking into programming if we need to. I don't know. It's probably 50-50 at best, but I will tell you this: we'll make every effort to make it happen.
Sounds good. All right, thanks, Troy. Have fun out there.
All right, see you guys.
Liquid Death, Molly.
That is that's a crazy name for water,
which gives you life.
I mean, it just really conjures. You know what, man? I'm so thirsty. I would love a Liquid Death right now.
You know what would bring me to life?
Liquid Death.
Some death.
You know what? I'm just going to start just referring to water as, hey, get some Liquid Death.
Hey, honey, could you grab me some death? Some Liquid Death?
Some Liquid Death out of the sink.
Tap death is fine.
Death is carbonated death is good.
When I was a kid, we got the death right out of the water hose outside. Mom.
Yeah, never stopped to do to worry about it. Just a little Liquid Death from the old garden hose.
Don't these people have jobs? Who are all these people over there, Molly?
I would say average age. The answer will be no.
Okay.
I mean, just when I'm looking at it,
I just want to complain about the youth.
No,
because they're having fun and I'm not.
Well, I mean, I think we're having our own type of fun, and
that is true.
It is people watching at its finest.
So is that what you're doing down here?
Well, I had to meet with Ellerby about a little business matter, but it was good timing to just kind of take in the spectacle. And this is something you see in Greenville every day, and quite frankly, I don't know if you guys saw the documentary about the fire festival.
I did, I saw one.
That was my first thought, but I think this is far more well organized.
Ja Rule didn't put this one together.
No, he didn't. And it looks like they have plenty of porta potties, and so I think the staff at Sup Dogs and all the supporting cast appears to have done a really nice job. And
I agree.
Hopefully everything goes off without a hitch. Everybody has a good time, and away we go.
Good Lord, doing this part with the great weather.
Oh, it's unbelievable. And I bet they were fretting a bit yesterday as they watched the trees bend down as the wind's blowing about 50 pretty much all day with on and off driving rain. So they got a great break there, and good for them.
Molly, we'll talk some golf later on the show. Mark Greenheld, Golf Shop Radio Show, will join us. John Rahm, the betting favorite right now to win the Masters. And we'll talk about this. I'll get your thoughts on it. Harold Varner III participating in his first. I don't know what the numbers are. I got to imagine they're not great for first-time players in Augusta.
No.
Well, what's the norm? Making the cut? Maybe.
So last year that Will Zalatoris had such a good tournament? Yeah. So it can happen. I think the honor of being there. Okay, you can check that box now. Let's make the cut and then see where everything is on Saturday.
So it's like anything. Like a team makes the playoffs for the first time in 7 years. You're like, all right, you're not going to win the Super Bowl this first time around. You're going to get there. And then maybe next time.
I think it's different in team sports because these folks can buy championships. So a team may not have made it. I mean, Tampa wasn't overly relevant until all of a sudden they win the Super Bowl, right? I mean, they bought that Super Bowl. So I think team sports a little bit different, but Harold's it's him and his caddy.
Speaking of Tampa, did Tom Brady make the call on the new Tampa head coach?
Deal? Who knows how that? It's really interesting timing, and I think Bruce Arians has handled this about as well as he could possibly handle it. I think he's totally taken the high road. And again, I mean, Todd Bowles is a great replacement. And the thing that is overwhelming with Bruce Arians is that he has put his money where his mouth is as it relates to diversity in the NFL. So just another example of that. So
handpicked Todd Bowles as the next man.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, I don't think that happens without Brady signing off on it, but I don't know that was Brady's pick.
Molly, I think Chandler was mentioning this earlier today. Major League Baseball will now, umpires will have on-field microphones to inform the crowd and TV audience of replay reviews.
Awesome. How about let's just do away with the replay?
I know. I got to tell you, when I'm out at Clark LeClaire I see the hands go over the ears, I lean back in my chair and close my eyes. And
you know what's funny to me is that the effort to speed the game up was saying, hey, we're going to limit trips to the mound. We're going to do a review is like 3 trips to the mound.
Yeah,
from a time standpoint. So we actually took playing time, actual game time. We did less than it. But the time of attendance is longer, because now we're reviewing everything,
and there are no traditional timeouts like in football and basketball. But I have noticed this year there's a lot of huddles, and I don't know how many of those do you get a game where Cliff can call the batter, the on deck guy, a couple guys huddle up.
Cliff does that a lot, and I don't know. I don't know that there's a number on those.
Well, I feel like the umpire writes something in his book,
and he may, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know that there's. I've never used that so much that it was ever called into question as to how many times you can huddle up with your guys. You see it Cliff do it a lot. If a hitter 2 outs in the inning goes down 2 strikes real quickly, it's been a quick inning. Kind of spread it out a little bit. Maybe there's a guy in the pen get ready to come in next inning, so you got to buy a little time, or maybe he just wants to talk about approach with the hitter and kind of get him calmed down. So I have seen that a lot. Noticed that same thing, Clipper, but I don't know. It's interesting. I think timeout. The term timeout is as bad as RBI. There's no time. There's no clock to take timeout in baseball.
Okay.
So there's just a break in the action.
Around here we call RBIs RSBI. Runs batted in. The official way to say it.
That's the way it should be.
We're not going to ask Mully about this that just came out. Major League Baseball has the right to sell a corporate logo on helmets for the first time. Don't want to get your take on that one.
At this point, who cares?
It's
at this point,
circus, right?
These dudes will be. We'll
you know what? Everything's going to be Savannah Bananas by the time we die.
Have you kept up with any of the stuff
a
they've got going on?
I've seen some.
So there's actually a local tie there, a kid from New Bern, Matt Salter, a former Triple Crown kid and a great kid and really close to his family. He actually is playing with them. He was just signed yesterday, maybe the day before, to an independent deal. But anyway, he's been playing with them to kind of get ready for the season. I was like, man, that's got to be a blast. He said, man, it's just it's pretty cool. And he's a super laid back kid, so he's very traditional. But I think that experience is a good one. I saw the other day the Bananas had a foul ball and the guy makes a play on it. So it's an out. They bring
a fan.
Yeah. If the fan catches your foul ball, you're out in banana ball.
Yeah.
And so then they bring the guy on the field, and I think it's really cool. They got the umpire that like calls third strike, and then goes out and does the robot. And I mean, that is far more Harlem Globetrotter type stuff than it is meant to be true baseball.
Yeah. All right. Carolina Duke. We already talked about that this week. This is your second time on this week.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just becoming a regular.
Hanging out.
Yeah.
I did want to ask you about one thing. Kind of a hot take Friday here. What do you say to the people that say East Carolina is overcoached? You got your card here. You're looking. Is it a normal sign? Is it the same as it's always been, except it's on a card, or is there more to it than that?
I've never coached with the card, and I've had that asked. Just out and about.
Well, it's asked,
and here's my take on it. If you trust Cliff, and everybody loves and trusts Cliff and the coaching staff,
the results say we should probably
correct. Then it's not overcoaching, right? It's his decision on how they go about it. And I'll tell you, you see more and more of that where these teams are going to the armbands and the number systems. I went out and watched Pitt play a couple times, and the last person I would ever think that would go to that would be Coach Eason. But that's kind of part of the evolution of the game, I guess. Look, again, I'm a big proponent of giving signs, and I think that's part of it. I think my bench trying to get your signs is part of the game. But I guess it simplifies things. I guess I don't know if you remember maybe Indiana State in that game. The coach came out late in the game. It was like seventh inning, and he brought a whole new deck of cards. So the guys are out there swapping them out of there, So
when you were coaching, did someone on the coaching staff, or even maybe your bench riders there, were they looking at the other team?
Yeah.
That was like their job.
Yeah, we would
during the game.
And you know who's good at that kind of stuff, but you would kind of try to pick up if the coach is calling pitches from the bench. You try to kind of see where he's going. You're locked in on their guy. Going through a sign system down at third base, and when you see somebody for 3 or 4 games, you got to mix it up a little bit and whatever. But if you have guys that are good at that, you have an advantage.
Yeah,
I mean.
All right, Mully. Well, you're welcome to hang out.
No,
you're just kind of observing, or
I'm watching in reverse here. Got a little reflection.
Good point.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. A lot of people.
Well, get your tiebreakers time in before 8:30 on Saturday night.
I will not be at tiebreakers. I think the whole afternoon is going to be a zoo. Yeah. I think it's going to be folks showing up early to get a table to be there for the 9 o'clock game. I would suspect every sports bar and restaurant in town that has a television will have an audience.
Tyler on Facebook Live says, I thought Mully would hate the Bananas. Mully's always been a Savannah Bananas guy.
I think the way that guy promotes that is just incredible.
But that is their thing. That's not what you want baseball to be as a whole.
I like the Harlem Globetrotters, but I don't necessarily care to see basketball played like that all the time either.
It's a separate deal.
Well, look, they're doing things like they're playing complete innings in less than 4 minutes. Some of the stuff they're doing, their pitcher stays he toes the rubber, gets the ball back, he's on the rubber, he's ready to throw a pitch. There's not a whole lot of BS between pitches. Some of that stuff, I just like that from style of play.
Yeah,
let's keep the game going. Which you see some teams against East Carolina kind of put us in the 4 corners, for lack of a better way to put it, and that's because Cliff likes pace of play.
Mully, good to see you, man.
Yeah,
have a great weekend.
Always. Busch Latte.
Busch Latte on the line today. How about 15 aluminum bottles can be yours if you are the caller, and everybody eligible to win today for 21 or older because it is a new month, so the slate is clean. You can give us a call in hour 3. We'll also be giving away a large 2-topping pizza from Domino's later on in today's show. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back, we'll reset, we'll let you know the guest on today's program. We'll talk to Brian North, get his thoughts on the Final Four, and I saw him out at Pro Day. We'll talk some football as well when we return on Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday after this.
presented by Subdogs and Suddenlink, offers 2 days of piractical tomfoolery. This free event includes 150 vendors, food trucks, art demos, BMX, mermaids, and of course, pirates. Join us on Friday, April 8th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. featuring music from DJ Tay James. Then on Saturday, April 9th for a full day of activities from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., including a concert on the Town Common from Grammy-nominated recording country artist Eric Pasley. For more information, visit piratefestnc.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holt Nailers for my friends at Arc Point Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust Arc Point Labs to give you quick and accurate results for all your laboratory testing needs. If you are in need of COVID testing for your return to school, work, or for travel, Arc Point Labs is offering same-day PCR and antigen testing with little to no wait time. Please visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina Arc Point Labs locations or make an appointment now at onehourcovidresults.com. Go Pirates!
In Greenville, you know how much it means to have neighbors you can count on. Like the one who mowed your lawn that week you were sick. Well, here's another good neighbor you can count on. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer. Timothy and his team are here to help life go right when you combine home and auto insurance, which can save you money and time. So combine home and auto and start the savings rolling. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer at 493-0002 and start saving today.
Winslow's Deli and Tavern has a new look, along with a great lunch and dinner menu. Open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner, plus brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. Winslow's is located on 5th Street beside the State Theater and features daily drink specials with 2 outdoor patios perfect for this warmer weather. Come eat, drink, and get your March Madness on in one of Greenville's largest bar areas. Follow Winslow's on Facebook and Instagram for special events and daily specials. Winslow's Deli and Tavern on 5th Street in Greenville.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Pirate radio sounds different.
Different is good. We are all the same. You'll be ashamed.
Because different is good.
Oh yeah.
Pirate radio.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to the program. Vacation spots are right here in our very own backyard. Take a trip to a state park and enjoy traditional camping, RV space, and also air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi. If you're by a lake, or be sure to Check out the opportunities to rent a canoe or kayak and get on the water. Your next adventure is right around the corner. For more information, please visit ncstateparks.gov. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right. Just bros being bros today on Pirate Radio Live. Shirley's out, so we got like our pants unbuttoned, sitting back on the recliner.
We're in our underwear.
Babysitter's gone.
Eating like beef sticks, eating like jerky.
just eating jerky.
Just eating jerky like men do. You know how men do.
You know how men do.
In their underwear.
Beef sticks in your underwear.
You gotta love it.
I mean, we're living life.
I mean, you got doggy jams across the street, and you got us over here in our underwear eating beef jerky.
Just watching.
We're losers.
Just being total loser bros. So I'm going to try to wait till next Thursday when we break out our anger management rage room segment again. But, man, I was about to rage out earlier today with this crap CJ had me watching on TV.
Oh, my God.
I was mad about it, too.
I'm so glad I did not have to watch that. Well, probably because I'm not a soccer fan, which is what it was about. But
we'll get to it later. Yeah. It was, oh, my goodness.
I talked to Lorena over at Anger Management today, and she said she enjoyed our 20 minutes of raging yesterday.
Good. And gave away 2 passes to the rage room.
I passed for 2.
Fine. 1 piece of...
that's misinformation, brother.
2 people are going, right?
But it's 1 pass for 2. You said 2 passes. It was 1 pass.
It's a big difference.
So is it on a sheet of paper? Is it digital? Because I want to get this 100% right now.
It's a digital pass.
So only 1 person got the email?
Yes.
Can download it?
They can choose whoever they want to take to smash and bash and do whatever they want to glasses, cars, TVs, computers.
I'm glad you specified what they're smashing.
I'm glad you told me that it was 1 pass for 2 people.
You better be.
I'm glad.
I'm just glad in general. I'm glad to talk to Brian North on a Friday as he joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line. North, how you doing today, man?
I'm feeling like an April Fool today, Clip.
Do you get involved in the April Fool's hijinks, Brian?
Yeah, I'm not big on participating in them or starting them. I don't mind doing good ones. A couple of years ago, I did one on Facebook when I said they were renovating that clock in downtown New Bern, and I said they're going to make it a digital clock because millennials couldn't read the old time, and old people fired up because they believed it was true. But that's rare. I normally just kind of watch it. More than anything, being in the news business, we're more on our guard than anything else, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're trying to make sure we don't spread a April Fool joke thinking it's a news, like the fine folks at Uptown Greenville tried to do today.
Well, wait, what happened with that? What did I miss there?
Shaquille O'Neal going to the DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, is that true? Wait, what? That's true?
Yeah, that is true. He'll be across the street from us momentarily. Or he is right now, actually. A little doggy jams action. Nowadays, with all the social media, with the blatant misinformation, it kind of makes April Fools not as fun, Brian, because, like, people mislead you on purpose so much. And I guess the problem is people believing, like, I'm serious. If I see something online, I assume it's fake until I can prove that it's real.
Correct. That's where we are in our world today. Correct.
Yeah. Guilty until proven innocent when I'm seeing things online. All right, Brian, is it true that Duke and North Carolina will be playing each other in the tournament for the first time ever?
Yeah, we believe that is true, and a lot of people will be interested in it. And, there'll be one team that'll feel like a fool after tomorrow night, though, when they don't get to the championship game.
I've been, this is it. This is the game Saturday night. How important... And I feel like it's a dumb question when I bring it up that way. How important is the championship Monday night? It's the championship. But, this is the game. I mean, this is, especially for those fan bases, this is the ultimate. This is like, David Glenn put it well that if you lose in this rivalry, there's always something you can throw back at the other guy, whether it's championships or ACC titles or we won the last meeting or whatever. You win this one, I mean, you got this for forever, really, if you win this game.
Well, and I think for Tar Heel fans, even more than for Duke fans, if UNC wins, not only did they
have Coach K lose his last home game, but they ended his career. That's the double whammy. Drop the mic, walk out the door. If you're a Tar Heel fan, it's done.
Yeah.
If you're a Duke fan, not quite there's great satisfaction, but there's a lot more bragging rights for Carolina fans if they end Coach K's career than if Duke goes on to win. And then if Duke goes on to win the championship, yeah, they can brag about it, but I don't know if it holds quite the weight of the double whammy of having K losing his last game and ending his career at the hands of the Tar Heels.
And all this week, and I've been guilty of it as well, we've been talking more legacy big picture than the small picture that there's going to be a 40-minute basketball game coming up Saturday night. And who will win this one particular matchup that carries so much weight? We saw Duke hammer the Tar Heels in the Dean Dome. We saw North Carolina control the game, especially late in Cameron. So how about the third time around, Brian? Duke is the favorite for, I think, good reason. They got better players, but can they get the job done Saturday night?
Yeah, and I will say this real quick, that for the players and coaches for both teams, I don't think this is any bigger than what it would be if they were playing another team.
I agree.
It's a familiarity thing, but they don't. The preparation and the effort they're going to put in will not change because it's the rival on the other side.
When we talk about bragging rights, it's even more maybe the university and all that will feel it, but it's more for the fans, right? It's more for the junk talking that's going to go on.
Correct. The players are much more focused on winning a championship.
Yeah.
It just happens to be the rivals in the way, but they want a championship, and that's it. Period. And it's not going to be an on-campus site. It's going to be in a antiseptic dome. There's going to be a lot of different interesting things about it. Now, to go back to your question that you asked me, who gets favored in this? Well, I think one of the big things that's going to happen, this is my personal opinion, I have not checked the numbers to see the three-point shooting percentage at the Superdome, but I've seen basketball games.
Mm-hmm.
It is a horrible backdrop. And if somebody smarter than me or has a whole lot more time than me can look up the shooting percentages, three-point shooting percentages of games at the Dean or at the Superdome, I'd love to see that. But I think Carolina relies more on the three-pointer than Duke does this year, and so I think that unless Carolina can overcome those shooting problems, that's going to be to their detriment playing in that big old arena, and I think that favors Duke.
Brian North joining us. We got a great undercard, Brian, and the champion could come out of this game between Kansas and Villanova. A bit of a depleted Villanova with a big injury occurring in their last game, but Kansas has maybe, for the teams that are left, been the most consistent and best overall team of this 2021-2022 season. Duke, if you look at it, is a slight favorite over them to win the championship if you're just betting on that at this point. But that should be one heck of a game. I would never – I mean, Kansas is a favorite, and they deserve to be, but I would never poo-poo Jay Wright and those Villanova Wildcats. They are tough. They are the best free throw shooting team. I heard earlier this tournament they're the best shooting team this year in the tournament. I heard later in the tournament, Brian, they're the best free throw shooting team of all time. So if it is a close game, watch out for that. They hit them when they count.
Yeah, coaching advantage definitely goes to Jay Wright. And fun fact of the day, their 3 championships in 6 years is the most in that period of time since John Wooden.
Wow.
UCLA was winning almost every year. So that's a pretty cool stat to tell you how hot Jay Wright and the Villanova Wildcats have been, and they find ways. Kansas did look impressive, and they look like they've been the hot team. See if Bill Self can find a way to screw it up. But I do like Kansas, and if you're one of those people who likes history, remember who Duke beat in its very first championship in 1991?
I believe that was Kansas.
That would be Kansas. So that would be some weird symmetry if they were to play, and Coach K's last possible championship would be against Duke or against Kansas would become full circle. But there's going to be a lot of things to be said before that happens. But if you're looking into those storylines, that would be a neat one to definitely follow.
Bill Self, one title at Kansas. So you said something there about Jay Wright. Villanova definitely has the coaching advantage. I was going to ask you about that, and then later you said, let's see if Bill Self can find a way to screw it up. So I kind of got my answer from you. What's the Bill Self legacy there in Kansas? Why is he looked at the way you described him there a moment ago, Brian?
Well, he may have some of that Roy Williams syndrome too there. Kansas is the place that loves its basketball and feels like it should have more championships.
And they just roll through like the regular season and conference tournaments seemingly every year, right?
Yeah. And so I think it's just one of those stigmatisms. And, Bill Self has done okay, but he doesn't have the reputation as a big game coach. He's had, where did he come from before that? Illinois. And no, that was the other guy.
Bill Self, Illinois, Tulsa before that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, he's done well. He's got the great career record, but he just doesn't have the big game championship resume that you would expect someone like him to have to be labeled a great coach. So look, he's done some good things. I'm not trying to knock him. He's better than me at coaching, and so I just look at the incomplete resume a little bit of the opportunities that he's had.
Brian, you've been to some spectacles, Super Bowls, things like that. How many Final Fours have you been to?
2 Final Fours, back-to-back years, 04 and 05. I was there when...
So that's North Carolina was one of those, right?
Yeah. Yep, that was in St. Louis in 05. I was there for that one when they beat Illinois. I think Bill Self was the head coach there at the time.
No, it was Weber, Bruce?
Oh, yeah, Bruce Weber.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and then who was the year before that?
Yeah, and then I was in San Antonio, I think the year before, when Duke made it to the Final Four, but lost to UConn in the semifinals. Emeka Okafor and company.
And who won the championship that year?
That was the great championship of UConn and Georgia Tech, where UConn smoked.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That was kind of a random, was it Will Bynum, maybe the guard there? And yeah, they kind of randomly made a run there. With Hewitt was the coach, right?
Yeah, Paul Hewitt.
Another
guy who I used to watch when he was at Siena College up in Albany, but he was the hot coach for a while at Georgia Tech, had some good years, made the run. They upset Oklahoma State in that semifinal to get to the championship game. They got smoked by UConn in the final.
Talking to Brian North today. Looking forward to the Final Four. You can hear the games right here on Pirate Radio. East Carolina baseball on the road at Cincinnati. We've had some spring football to talk about and pro day earlier this week. And due to my schedule, I rarely get out to practices and events anymore. I made it out there, and I got a rare Brian North appearance. And the first thing Brian North said to me, I was standing alongside Justin Chase and Sean Bailey and some bigger gentlemen out there, and North said, "Hey, you fit right in here with the offensive lineman." So he made a fat joke for the first time I've seen him this calendar year, and you know what, Brian? I wouldn't have it any other way. I appreciated that.
You're welcome, and I fit right in there. I was on the other side sandwiching the group. So
you're more of a blocking tight end than a right guard like myself, so.
Yeah, it was fun, and I don't get out to much of those events either with the schedule, and so that was good. I had a nice little conversation with Mike Houston off to the side, and Donnie Kirkpatrick and Steve Shankweiler, and just that's the neat thing. Steve and I go. That's the thing in my new schedule. I don't just get to sit and chew the fat with guys anymore like that. So that was fun just to be out there and sure, watching pro day and watching Tyler Snead and Jaquan McMillan try to impress NFL scouts, but overall it was just kind of nice to see everybody and chat in a casual atmosphere.
And you were framing your questions to the players as, hey, you're going for the ultimate dream. And for pretty much all these guys, maybe outside of Jaquan McMillan, who I think does have a chance to get drafted, it is a dream right now, Brian. And they all said it. They're kind of looking for an opportunity to get an opportunity. They want to get in front of as many eyeballs as they can, try to impress. But I noticed you formulated a lot of questions on, hey, what's going to be the outcome of this? Because it's kind of up in the air. They've done all the work they can. It's now up to others to kind of decide their fate.
Yeah, and there's questions about the decisions both Tyler and McMillan made about turning pro early. And, is this the right decision for them? How are they feeling about it?
Yeah.
If they don't get drafted, how are they feeling about it? And look, it's everybody's dream to play in the NFL. Even the third-string tight end is out there trying to somehow catch a scout's eye because they believe that they can play in the league. But the reality is very few are going to make it. But I just find this is a small window in these young men's lives to have this opportunity. And is this the best time for it? How are they trying to take advantage of it? And look, Tyler Snead is almost unguardable when he's on the field, but he's 5'6", 5'7", and is going to it's going to be hard for him to get a look. If he gets in camp somewhere, it's going to be hard for people to guard him, and he could possibly have the easy comparison as a Wes Welker or Julian Edelman, smaller guys playing in the slot. It's tough to guard those guys if they can handle it physically, but he probably won't get drafted. So what is his thought process going through all of this? He's confident, as most people are, but we've all been through these pro days a lot to see. It's just a meat market on those days. If you're not running a 4.4, if you're not doing great numbers, and I think some guys did some good numbers. I think TJ Ford probably tested pretty well, and he's a guy with his size, he'll get some looks. But that's just a meat market day. It's not anything about the film and what you've done on the field before. It's a meat market day about how fast you are and how strong you are and how quick you are.
And for them, and everybody older should understand this, they feel like, well, this is it. This is like life or death. This is the rest of their lives. And then what they don't know, Brian, is 15, 20 years from now, they'll have a daughter or two like we do and probably be in a different line of work and have a completely different outlook on life. But right now, this is like it. This is all they know. So there's a lot of pressure on these guys when they're out there and, thinking they have to succeed and make this for them and their family when they'll find out pretty soon there's other things out there.
Well, that's what I always tell young athletes. I go, I am not going to poo-poo your dreams. You go out there and do everything you have in the window you have. But you have to understand, even if you make it, even if you make an NFL team, even if at some point sports ends, unless you're Tom Brady, at some point sports ends and you've got to do something else after that. So it's okay to also think about what is next when my career's over. Look, invest everything you have now. Don't leave anything on the proverbial field. Don't ever have doubts in your mind, but also have a plan of what's next, because there is a what's next for everybody. No one plays forever, and even Tom Brady at some point. But he did a pretty good job in marrying a supermodel who will have unlimited income for the rest of their lives. So I think he's okay with his long-term plan. But the rest of us have to plan on having another job afterwards. You're never going to make enough money in pro sports unless you sign 2 or 3 or 4 contracts in the long term.
Like LeBron's okay, but not everybody's okay when it comes to that.
Right. The NBA, if you get a couple contracts, you're okay.
Yeah.
But football is one of the lowest paid sports there is out there.
Right.
So, and after the agent gets his cut and Uncle Sam gets his cut, and that money goes pretty quickly. There's a lot of guys who thought they were going to be rich the rest of their lives, who only signed 1 or 2 contracts, who eventually had to find another job.
Well, somebody's given Jaquan McMillan some good advice, Brian, because we talked about, what have you kind of learned through this process, and he said, well, I always knew it was a business, but it's a business. He said it like that, and he said, don't get too attached to teams because they're always looking for somebody to replace you. That's a harsh truth about that, right, Brian? That you're looking okay right now, but they are paying people to find people better than you to put in your spot.
You talk to most guys who, when they leave college, they don't regret going to the pros, but they always miss the collegiate atmosphere.
Yeah.
Because it's not the same. When you're done with practice, everybody goes their separate ways to their families or on to their next thing. In college, you're always it's collegial. It's everybody's together. It's what you do afterwards. You're together, but not in the pros. It's everybody goes their separate ways. It just doesn't have that camaraderie feel to it. And some guys miss that, but they like the paychecks that go with it, and they dream of those paychecks, and I get that. But I always tell guys, don't be in a rush to leave college, because you will never replicate how much fun and how lasting those memories will be.
Brian, I thought Mike Houston was joking because he said when he talked with us that the NFL was there, the XFL, the USFL, the CFL, and then he threw in NASCAR. I thought he was just like naming things to say, hey, there was a lot of people out here. And then I found out that sure enough, the NASCAR was there. Dustin Lineback, former Pirate, was there. Troy D talked to him for a while, and we'll get him on the show here in a week or two. But I thought that was pretty cool that Dustin Lineback was out there passing out business cards saying, hey, fellas, go chase your dream. We all had that dream, but there's some career opportunities right here in Charlotte, North Carolina you might want to take a look at. And a lot of Pirates have gone that route in the past, Brian.
Correct. Yeah, Jeff Carr being the one I know the best, the former great linebacker at ECU in the late 90s, early 2000s, and he had a nice long career as a Jackman. And we've got Roderick Cox, who's a West Craven grad, who went to NC State, was a walk-on there, and he's had a nice career as a Jackman or a tire changer, even though they've gone a different route this year, but he's still out there doing it, making a good living while also being an engineer for the state. So, look, it's the NFL figured that out a long time ago. Great athletes can help you shave tenths of a second in the pitch, and so go find those best athletes.
Yeah.
If they figure out football isn't going to pay the bills, well, get them the repetition of being a pit crew member, and that's only going to help you.
Brian North joining us here on this Friday. What's going on in the North household this weekend, Brian?
No, that's a good question. We're kind of getting into that time of year where we want to get out more, maybe check out some festivals. Kids are getting older. There's the Pig Cooking Festival going on in Newport we may check out.
Nice.
I got to find a way to stay awake for the Duke Carolina game tomorrow night. So, but outside of that, no, we're just kind of, now that we have a nice weekend here, we're just kind of enjoy it and kind of see where life takes us.
Man, Pig Cooking Festival sounds awesome for this weekend. Enjoy that.
Never been to Newport. Yeah, if you've never been to Newport in Carteret County, they cook overnight, and then they'll start serving plates around 9:30, 10 tomorrow. Oh, thank God.
Heck yeah. That is a great excuse to take the family out and enjoy a big old plate of pork. So enjoy that.
Rides and funnel cake and clowns and crap, too.
Well, yeah, you got to take the good with the bad, I guess. Brian, thanks for joining us, man. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, Clippy, enjoy your weekend, brother.
Thank you, sir. Brian North joining us on a Friday edition, a free beer Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We are in the middle of everything here downtown in Greenville, North Carolina. Doggy jams going on across the street. I'm keeping up the best I can of the Just the Tip playlist, so we'll run over that list of songs when we return. We've been jamming out here while in studio. And we will wrap up hour number 1 when we return on Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday. Back with you after these words.
Hey Chandler, what are you up to tonight?
Jenny, it's Tuesday, and I'm going to go sing with DJ Captain Morgan for karaoke at The Buck.
Well, that sounds like fun. I have to work. Well, what are you up to this weekend?
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to go listen to some live music Friday and Saturday night at The Buck.
Live music all weekend long, really?
Yep, all weekend, and they also have the biggest high-definition screen to watch all the sporting events on Sunday Fun Day.
I'm going to have to go check that out.
Yeah, just check out The Buck on Facebook or Instagram for all the information. The Buck.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
Hey Greenville, Bagel Man here with some exciting news. We are now open for dinner. This is the first time ever for dinner in our 33 years. Our entire menu is available, plus some new sandwiches like the roast beef cheddar, the Italian sub, and the meatball parm. You can also get French fries and home fries as a side for any of your sandwiches. Order online for pickup or delivery, and don't forget about our great catering. We're available 7 days a week. We can deliver or you can pick it up. Bagel Man here.
Your first stop for shopping is at Shimmer Boutique. This is Ashley from Shimmer. We are fully stocked with the latest apparel, shoes, and accessories and more. If you need gift ideas or some shopping therapy for yourself, stop by today. Looking for the hottest shoes on the market? Shimmer has the biggest selection of Hey Dudes anywhere. Shimmer has the newest Yeti products and colors. Want this year's most popular bag? Shimmer has a great selection of all your bog bag needs and accessories. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, and Jacksonville.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Megan State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
It's bow time. Have you ever wondered why Bojangles Chicken Supremes are called Supremes? Well, with golden crispy chicken tenderloins this juicy, tender, and full of bold flavor, what else would you call them? Superbs? Nah, that would be weird. Get your 4-piece Chicken Supremes combo today with a scratch-made biscuit, your choice of fixin', legendary iced tea, and your favorite sauce for dipping. Download our app to order ahead. It's bow time.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak or the seafood delight pasta. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House can feed your larger crowds with off-site catering and room for 125 in our adjacent banquet hall. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
This is Big John Williams, strength and conditioning coach for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Alrighty, welcome back to the program. Need some beer for the weekend? The Jarvis Street Bottle Shop near Christie's Europub is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews along with wine and growlers. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by Tuesday through Sunday or check out the Jarvis Street Bottle Shop on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Well, now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, Chandler Honeycutt filling in for Shirley Rhodes on the audio production side of things. CJ Schaefer has slid into his role as the video producer today. And contributors. You know what? I'm going to call you guys co-hosts on Pirate Radio Live.
That's the nicest thing I've ever heard you say.
So if you have a question for a guest, and of course Chandler will ask you to chime in. Oh man, I forgot Tony Dunn's coming in.
Good luck, Tony Dunn.
Yeah, I was telling Chandler earlier, I don't know how he's going to get in here.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Hopefully he can park. Hey, Jenny's here.
Jenny's here.
Rocking outside, guys.
It is. So during the break, we've been sticking our head out, and I've been keeping up with what I can gather so far, the set list for just the tip.
Yeah, let's hear it.
We got In the End, is that what it's called, by Linkin Park?
Yes.
Zombie by the Cranberries.
Oh, that was awesome.
I don't know what the song is called. Please tell me. I just saw some boobs.
Nice.
Some man boobs being flashed. This is, we're rock stars here. What's the song called that goes, please tell me why?
My Own Worst Enemy by Liz.
They played that one. They even broke out some Total Eclipse of the Heart. So they are jamming across the street. DJ Diesel will be performing at 6 o'clock. And, man, had to be a lot to get him in here, Chandler. With that, why do you think it was expensive to bring in DJ Diesel?
Because the price of diesel is high, brother.
Oh, my God. Never fails to get me. It gets me every time.
Oh, he can control his own rim shot, too.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Tony Dunn going to join us at 4 o'clock if he can find a place to park. We'll talk to Mark Greenhilge, Golf Shop Radio Show in the 5 o'clock hour, as well as Morgan Ahlers. Jeff Nadu will join us as well on today's show. In fact, we'll talk to them in the 5 o'clock hour. Right now, we are keeping up what's going on across the street and in the sports world. By the way, there's Pirate Baseball going on today, gentlemen. Just saw a tweet from one Scooter Rogers, live from Cincinnati.
Cincinnati is on the Cincinnati.
Time is first pitch, 5.
Home of the Bengals, home of Skyline Chili.
Home of Luke Kuechly.
For real?
Oh, yeah.
Home of
St. Xavier High School in Cincinnati.
Part-time home of TJ Hushmanzada.
Ooh, Hushman.
Where'd he go to college?
USC.
Oregon State.
My bad.
He played with Chad Johnson.
Well,
I'm just now thinking about this, but the tight end for the Browns requested a trade, but I think that's an April Fool's joke. The Joker.
All right, so have you guys been got today yet?
I think I was got by that. If that is a April Fool's joke, I was got because I was like, dang, man.
Did you guys see the Julian Edelman to the
Hold
Bucks
on.
thing?
David Njoku, is he even with the Browns anymore? What are you talking about? Hold on. Let me look it up. David.
It's on Twitter.
He is still a Brown. I don't feel like. Oh, it was a prank, Chandler.
Okay, I was got. That's the only April Fool's joke that I was got on. I was get.
Did you see the ultimate comedian LeBron James?
I did.
Put out that he was out for the year.
He didn't use enough emojis in the tweet. He didn't get me.
That classic jokester LeBron said he was out for the year.
Yeah, you're so funny, LeBron.
I mean, look, I love a good joke and a prank and whatever.
He's got to get on the. He's got to get in the spotlight.
But when your team stinks as bad as they do, I guess just know the time and place, right? I don't know. That seems a little ill-timed to me.
Yeah.
All right. So there is that. What else is going on? You guys ready for the Final Four tomorrow?
Yes, sir. I hate the Duke Carolina game is at 9 o'clock, but it is a Saturday night, so.
Why do you hate it? What else are you going to be doing Saturday night at 9 o'clock?
I'm trying to get some buddies to go to my dad's new seafood restaurant to go with me, and they're like, "Oh, that's too late," which means they'd rather be somewhere else drinking.
Never too late for
They don't have to worry about driving.
Okay.
Crazy talk.
Buddy's got a barn behind him and his wife's house.
Buddy's got a barn?
Buddy's got a barn
Man.
behind the house, and I think everybody wants to go there.
I like seafood. I seafood and eat it. it's a pretty good one here on a Friday.
Hello to this guy.
Duke is a 4-point favorite. Kansas is a 4-point favorite over Villanova.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it in right now.
I hate to go too chalky though. Are you going both favorites?
I'm going to Duke money line.
I would take both with the points.
Both favorites?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the game. So I think Kansas is gonna kind of run away with it from Villanova. Not like 15, 20-point win, but it'll be a comfortable like 9 to 12-point win. But I think Duke and Carolina will stay close throughout, and it'll end with like Duke's up a couple points and Carolina's going to keep fouling.
Is Duke a good free throw shooting team?
The guards are.
Okay.
I think they can take care of that.
And I'm reluctant to take both favorites, but I think back and I've had let me see what my overall record is in the NCAA tournament. It's been a good tournament.
It's been.
Have they played It's Been?
I don't know, but I was just thinking about that.
Can we request It's Been?
Hey, just a tip. It's been.
It's been. I've had a good tournament, but man, I got toasted and roasted and dusted and busted on Sunday because I took underdogs. And
I did too.
The U was up at the half by 6 points, and then Kansas outscored them by 40 in the second half?
Yeah, Miami only had 15 second half points. 15.
So I was a loser there, and I knew I was a loser there, and then I rolled into the second game, and St. Peter's got up 7-0, and I said, North Carolina got up on St. Peter's 7-0.
I was about to say, I missed that.
And I said, this one is over, and I am 0 for 2, and that was the case. So, sure, both teams both underdogs can get blown out as they were last week.
I had to hedge, Clip Brock.
Uh-oh.
Because I took the Peacocks as well, plus 8.5. Had to hedge, and, well, first time I think I've ever done this. I bet on Carolina.
Ugh.
First time ever. I am 35-28 throughout the 2022 NCAA tournament. For me, that is awesome. Awesome. I also have a future on Nova that I took before the brackets came out, plus 2,000. And a future on Kansas plus 1,000 that I took once the brackets came out.
You'll have a dog in the fight in the national championship game regardless.
I do, but I don't feel great about it. Now I just want to take Duke to win it all and hope and just like get something out of it. You know what I'm saying?
What's that? Didn't you make a NASCAR future on accident because of me a week or two ago?
I do have Ryan Blaney, who, by the way, Life News, he's my new favorite driver.
Yeah.
Made that decision last night.
Life update.
I thought I was taking Ryan Blaney to win the race a few weeks ago. Instead, I took him to win the whole thing. So, he's having a pretty good year, right?
Yeah.
Hadn't won, or has he?
I don't think he's won yet.
But he's been up there for every race.
He's been.
So you're going to Richmond.
I am.
Who you like this week? Blaney plus 1,200 looks tasty to me.
Blaney, when you talk about odds every week, it seems like Blaney's always going to be up there. He's getting up there with like a perennial week in, week out contender with like Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, guys like that. Ryan Blaney's up there every week. So
these are the highest, how do I word it? Like the most you can win from a favorite that I've seen in a while. Like I've seen some like Kyle Larson plus 200, Chase Elliott plus 300.
Yeah.
This weekend, I looked at it last night. Chase Elliott is the favorite at plus 700.
Oh, wow.
And Larson's right behind him at plus 7 something.
Those odds will get a little better after like.
Oh, wait. They haven't done qualifying. Right. So you're doing this blind, which is why they're so high.
Right.
That makes sense. So once the numbers come out, when is that? Tonight, CJ?
Probably tomorrow.
So what are you going to? Are you going to Xfinity?
No, we're just doing Cup race on Sunday.
You driving up Sunday morning?
No, we're staying 2 nights. We're going up tomorrow.
Okay. And you're gone Monday?
Yes.
Race is on Sunday.
Mm. Well, we're driving back Monday, so.
It's Richmond. I mean, you can.
Well, I had to say
What, you had a mental health day?
I had to say I wouldn't be here in case we, I mean, I'm not leaving at the butt crack of dawn. We're leaving at 11 when we can. We're staying there as long as possible.
Oh, I get it, man. Not this past time. I actually threw y'all a bone and showed up to work on a Monday because Monday's an important day here. But the previous time I went to Jersey, got back the night before, took the next day off. Didn't tell anybody.
And
You're
now
lying.
you just did.
I'm not lying. I got home. Remember, I'm trying to think of what day it was.
I'm telling.
That's fine. You can tell.
I'm telling.
I think I deserve a day off every now and then. Tired of talking to y'all.
Wow. Well, hey, he did say we're co-hosts. Now we're just the hosts.
You guys can take over. Do we have any Panthers news this week to talk about with Tony Dunn from CarolinaCatChronicles.com?
It's probably better if you don't.
Our head coach has gained about 50 pounds.
Oh, we got to talk about the picture, the group picture.
The picture seen around the world.
We'll talk about that and a lot more with Tony Dunn, who I'm glad to say has made it to the Pirate Radio studios.
It is a zoo out there. It is a zoo out there. I cannot believe Tony Dunn made it in.
Just saw a picture posted on Twitter from ECU football. Mike Houston addressing the crowd at Doggy Jams.
What a crowd.
That's pretty cool. He said, we got a good bunch out there.
You're a good bunch.
Good bunch.
You got a really good bunch out here. and you had to take every opportunity that you have. It's a good bunch. And we're going to work our tails off every single day. And
Shaq will be here.
And you can be here. Shaq's going to be here. If you want to be here, you can be here. But we got a really good bunch, and we're going to work our freaking tails off.
Thank you. Love when Coach Houston breaks out a frickin'.
Frickin'.
That's when you know.
Work our freaking tails off.
That's when you know he's excited.
Is that good?
Yeah. I mean, when he says the combination of the two words frickin' and tails.
We're going to work our freaking tails off.
It gets me pumped up.
Freaking tails off.
Thank you.
Good bunch.
Let's take a time out. We'll come back. Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Tony Dunn, CarolinaCatChronicles.com joins us when we return after these words.
Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly, because grilled to order makes a sub above. At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh, because sliced to order makes a sub above.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. All products and services are on sale at our Spring Extravaganza, April 4th through the 8th, beautybarmedispa.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
The celebration is on. Save the date for Saturday, May 14th as the town of Farmville celebrates 150 years with a black tie gala from 7 to 11 p.m. Music will be provided by the Raheem Walker Project and dinner will be served. Tickets are $75 per person or $650 for a reserved table for 8. All proceeds benefit the Farmville Chamber of Commerce, and to purchase tickets, call 753-4671. Save the date and enjoy a night out on the town at the Farmville Black Tie Gala Saturday, May 14th.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to the program. Winslow's is open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch, dinner, and their famous brunch. Starting at 10:30 on Sundays, Winslow's also has the best selection of beers around. Winslow's is located on 5th Street beside the State Theater, and neighbors right here with us at Pirate Radio. I had lunch there, Clip Brock, on Tuesday and had the Jailhouse Burger, and it was phenomenal. The fries were good, too. So check out Winslow's right here in downtown Greenville. So let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Well, all righty. Thank you, Chan Man. CJ Schaefer here. Tony Dunn is here. And the Busch Light is here, but it can be yours. Coming up in hour number 3 is we'll make you a winner. Open up the booty bag on a Free Beer Friday. 15 16-ounce aluminum bottles of Busch Latte can be yours if you are the lucky caller. Tony wearing the red, coming off a easy rocking chair winner last night for the Hurricanes, 4-0 over the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, they're getting things. Hey, they're getting things back together again. You know, they had a little lull last week, and now they've just putting goals up like crazy. I think they had 7 goals a few nights ago too. So they're hot, and Natius is getting back in the mix.
That's your guy.
Yeah.
Where are they at? Are they still up or near the top of the East?
They should be. They should be. They did lose to Tampa 2 nights ago. Yeah, so top of the Metropolitan.
And tied for the most points with the Florida Panthers in the Eastern Conference. And they have the 3rd most points in the NHL, the team with the most, the Colorado Avalanche. So looking good as we wind down the regular season here in the NHL. The Hornets only have 5 more games, Tony, as they are ending the
goodness
of their season.
Thank goodness.
Why is that?
Because I feel like I just watch Hornets fans cry and whine from
you only know like
optimism.
2 of them. I guess you're talking about Chandler.
Yeah, well, Twitter fans too.
Okay.
They go from immense. Like, I just felt like everybody loved Borrego at the beginning of the year, and then now Borrego is like the problem. And
I guess the problem is they're so fun to watch. They have such a fun collection of players, and they're pretty good players. So when they lose, you have to find a scapegoat, and you don't want to blame the young all-star LaMelo, and you don't want to blame Miles Bridges. We usually just blame Mason Plumlee or Gordon Hayward being hurt, but I think the players are so likable, everybody points the finger at the coach.
Well, that sure seems to be
Is
the
that
case.
fair to say, Chandler? What do you think about that?
They're going to make the playoffs, though, right?
They're going to be in a play-in game.
Play-in game.
Isn't that, similar with a lot of situations with sports? I think, the first finger pointing goes to the coach.
Yeah, well, in football, for the Panthers, it goes to Matt Rule, but also goes to the quarterback position and others. You find people that you're ready to blame. How about for a successful team, CJ, with like the Steelers? People recognize that Ben Roethlisberger was a shell of his Hall of Fame self at the end, but I feel like I see more blame on Tomlin than Roethlisberger. I don't know. What do you think?
It's too much. Yeah. There's still a vocal minority, I guess I'd say, who still blame Tomlin. But I think the year the Steelers went 8-8, while Devlin Hodges and Mason Rudolph did the majority of the starting, is when people started to look at Tomlin and think like, yeah, he doesn't deserve any of the blame. He's the reason we are so good.
But it's kind of an interesting thing you bring up, Tony. Who do you blame when your team struggles?
Yeah.
Do you go coach? Do you go, because if you have a likable team, you kind of hate to point the finger at those guys. So
how could you blame? I don't like Pittsburgh fans. They're on the list of fans I don't like now. Why would you dislike Tomlin out of all the people?
Well, I agree.
That's crazy.
Some things get stale.
Not you, CJ. You're all right.
Some things get stale when you've been around for so long.
He's never had a losing season.
I know, but he's won one Super Bowl? Maybe they think he should have more.
I guess Green Bay fans are tired of Aaron Rodgers.
They got tired of Mike McCarthy.
Well,
I think some of that also kind of hammers home the argument of how hard it is to win a Super Bowl. It's not.
Yes, Queen.
You got to get lucky.
Yes, Queen.
Every team has had a little bit of luck fall their way, and that's just how championships go. It happens.
Wig snatch.
It's the problem is there's been a couple of greats that have won so many championships. They make us feel like it just happens to everybody.
Right.
So you think of a Jordan or a Brady or even LeBron at this point, is that if they don't win the championship, it's a disappointment. And then it does go to show you. I think Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, all good examples of you can be the best player in the league and still not win.
And those guys. Who did you say? Brees has one. Rodgers has one.
Peyton has two, right?
Yeah.
But he also
felt like it should have been more.
It was bought. That last one was the bought. It was like basically bringing him to the Rams.
Even Ben's got two, but in his first one he sucked. So
he was young then. So Eli Manning has two, and there's a lot of good quarterbacks that have zero.
Speaking of the Steelers and the legacy of Super Bowls and things like that, Bruce Arians now moving to the front office, letting Todd Bowles take over as head coach and Tom Brady as offensive coordinator.
All right, so
there you go.
Somebody
right.
Gets it. You're right. So that happened Wednesday night. I was driving home from trivia, listening to sports talk radio, as I tend to do. And this guy is up there screaming about how Tom Brady ordered the hit on Bruce Arians. And then the next day, I'm listening to Jim Rome, and he's talking about how Tom Brady ordered the hit on Bruce Arians. Now, publicly, they're playing nice, and thanks, Bruce. Hey, you got it, Tom. You're the man. So who do I believe? These people screaming in the radio, or Tom and Bruce aren't going to come out and say that they have a riff, but everybody seems to think, Tony, that follows this, that Tom Brady retired. Maybe the Bucs said, what do you need to do to return? And he said, Bruce Arians out. That's what the talk is.
That's what they're saying.
And if Tom Brady wants that, Tom Brady forgets that, right?
Bruce Arians says that nothing could be farther from the truth.
Exactly.
That was his words. But yeah, you're right. Is what Tom Brady wants, Tom Brady gets.
And what he got was a defensive head coach who is not going to meddle in his business at all. He's going to talk to his Leftwich still there. I guess he is. He's going to go to Leftwich. And that's his, and like you said, Brady's basically calling all the shots there offensively.
And those are the great quarterbacks have always been like that. Is Peyton Manning was certainly like that. I think part of the problem with Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur right away was Matt LaFleur was an offensive guy, and Rodgers felt a little kind of encroached by that. I just feel like that Tom Brady, maybe if that's the case, then he is softer than I thought. I
guess he thinks at this point, hey, I'm out of New England because I don't want to deal with Belichick anymore. I'm in Tampa, and I'm going to make I've earned the right to call all the shots.
And he has to a certain. He has. I don't even understand why him and Belichick didn't get along anymore. I feel like Belichick just was like, you do your thing. I'm just going to go over here and coach this defense.
Well, you hear the guys that leave New England and talk about how it wasn't fun. And then the argument of that is, well, it's about winning. It's not about fun. I think some people, look, you want to have your cake and eat it too. I have a job, and I have to have a job to pay bills, but I also have fun here. So I'm kind of...
At times. I mean, you have a lot of fun, but it's still, there are days when it's still work.
Yeah, like when you come in.
I know, on a Friday.
While everybody's partying across
Friday
the street.
with Shaquille O'Neal.
That's kind of weird to say, right?
It is.
So, yeah, the best evidence for, you're talking about Peyton Manning, his second Super Bowl, which he was not good that year, but set records the previous 2 years. The best evidence that he was running the show there is his offensive coordinator was Adam Gase. And Adam Gase went elsewhere and completely flopped in two different places.
And I think that part of the problem was Peyton Manning gave him a letter of recommendation, and he's just been holding that up everywhere.
Look, I would, if that was on my resume, it'd be at the top of the line.
It would.
I'd show everybody. All right.
What does Peyton Manning care though if he goes out and succeeds? I mean, nothing is going to fall on Peyton Manning.
No,
he's just being a bro.
Yeah, he's just hooking him up. Nice. But what do I care? I'm not saying it's critical.
What are you saying?
Yeah, why are you upset?
No, I'm not. I'm just.
I'm
agreeing with you guys.
Fun. I thought this was fun.
I'm not having fun anymore.
No, I'm mad. I am mad because I'm sitting here and not over there raging.
What are you trying to say?
That Peyton Manning
should have nice things to say about him.
No, he does, but I'm saying, what does Peyton Manning care? If Adam, it sounded like y'all were saying oh well, Peyton Manning gave him a letter of recommendation.
And that convinced us, is what we're saying. Is that fooled a lot of the planet into thinking that
I'm saying is Peyton Manning
not an idiot.
Probably knows he's a terrible coach and does not care if he goes out and succeeds.
Or he didn't even know him barely.
He's being a
pal.
Being a good pal.
Like if somebody called me and said, hey, I want Chandler to be my radio host. There's no chance in hell you could actually do it, but I'd say, sure, go take him.
That's a good comparison.
I'm totally joking. I would give Chandler the highest recommendation one could give another.
Thank you, Clip Rock. I love you.
He likes you more than he likes most people. I will say that.
April Fools.
You're saying I like Chandler more than I like most people?
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
I mean, I've known you for a long time, and you don't warm up to people easily necessarily.
Well, the older I get, the less people I like.
All right, Chandler or Carson Wentz? You have to think about this
for the Commander's quarterback position.
Yeah, for a quarterback or for
to be a
friend.
As a person.
I'm going Chandler, because I know Chandler, and it seems like people don't like Carson Wentz that are around him.
That's fair.
That bothers me.
Irsay is throwing shade on him unnecessarily.
Yeah,
and
but
some people say Frank Wright liked him.
Tinfoil hat time.
Yeah.
If Frank Wright liked him. Oh, are you saying Irsay called the hit on this move completely? I don't know. I think, I don't know.
I love him and his poor little ankles.
Well, I'm glad you love him. Let's talk about your team and your quarterback. All right, so...
oh, God. Now let's rage.
No, please. No. Please, everyone be quiet.
Good job over there, Chandler. So the NFL coaches got together for their annual picture. It was picture day.
Oh, gosh.
And Matt Rule, and I am a little cautious to talk about this because I dress like a slob.
Okay.
And
I also think there was a lot of fat shaming going on Twitter over this.
I'm not a fan of that either.
I'm not either.
But the problem was he's like 3 feet away from Sean McVay,
who was looking really good.
not only
and win it with the Super Bowl ring on. You know what I'm saying?
I've always kind of looked at him as kind of a little pipsqueak,
like a puny.
But I tell you
he
what,
looked pretty
he's
diesel, didn't
been doing arm day every day.
Jacked.
He is jacked.
He is jacked, dude.
You know, he knows he's in LA. He's the champ.
I mean, when you're in LA, right?
I mean, you gotta care about it. You gotta care about it because you can't just be walking around.
You see Cliff Kingsbury looking all cool.
Yeah, all of them look good. Kyle
Pete
Shanahan
Carroll in
looked
his
like
old
a
age.
skin. It's Kyle Shanahan looked like he was an emo coach out there with his little skinny jeans on.
My question for Matt Rule is, and I guess he doesn't care, and if that's the case, I like that about him. But man, there's a lot of guys in the back row you couldn't really see. Why didn't he sneak?
Right?
back
Why I feel like he's a back row guy.
He is.
He's a back
he has
row
not
guy.
earned the right.
I agree.
Physically, appearance, or winning games to be up front.
We've looked at this.
Why is Tomlin in the back and we got Matt Rule up
You
front?
also have Andy Reid in the back too. You can barely see Andy
Now he's
Reid.
earned the right to be up there with his Hawaiian shirt. Probably, I'm assuming he's.
I realized that this is the first time, actually the second time in Matt Rule's entire time that I've ever seen him that he hasn't been wearing coach gear. The first time was when he took the job and he was in a suit, right? When they introduced him as the coach. This time, he was
casual wear.
I don't know what it. Yeah, I got some theories on it, but he's always wearing the Baylor smock, the Carolina Panthers, like the Nike.
Is
like
that
he
why
has
it was jarring to us? Because we haven't seen him.
That's
like
one of it. And he also doesn't know what to do with clothes that aren't that dry fit, no wrinkle, obviously.
Yeah.
We found out, too, he was on the road, likely, without his wife with him. And I think he's like a lot of us. We're drier wrinkle guys. We get the wrinkles out by tossing it in the dryer rather than hitting it with the iron. But you're in the hotel room. You don't got the dryer at your disposal. He looked at the iron and he said, man, I heard wrinkles were in. And it was not the shirt, which actually just looks so basic. For somebody who's like worth $64 million, kind of hard for me to understand.
It was the slacks.
Man, they were wrinkled, bro.
Yeah.
They were wrinkled. And it was like one of those things when I was like young, like my wife is very well put together, right? She's always looked great.
Physically.
Everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Boom. She always, she does, you don't see her go out the, like sloppy ever. And so when we were younger, we've been together for a long time, she'd be like, are you really going to wear those jeans? They're kind of wrinkly. And I'm like, oh, they're fine. And I go look in the mirror, I go, oh, they are wrinkly. So Matt Rule just didn't have that piece of advice there. And I got to tell you, I just don't think he buys clothes. I think he only wears free stuff from the team store. He's like our former, who's the former head coach at Mo? Coach Mo, he was always in coach gear too.
Just rocking the free gear.
Just Adidas pants everywhere he went.
Man, if I was a coach like Coach Mack, kind of a bigger gentleman like myself, I would just wear like tracksuits all day, every day.
I don't know. I like Andy Reid's look.
You would look like a mafia. You'd look like a character on Sopranos.
Yeah.
You do look like, well, tracksuit would look good.
And I've got a couple of Hawaiian shirts now, and I got a mustache. I'm kind of going Andy Reid.
I tell you what, though, when you wear that sleeveless East Carolina football sweatshirt,
oh yeah,
that is a Clip Brock coach look to me.
That's kind of rulish.
Oh, we got to figure. You know, if I'm going coach, if I was coach, I think I'd bring back it old school and wear the sport jacket with the hat.
It'd be. Oh, that.
Like, remember when coaches used to wear suits on the side?
I was thinking you more like Pat Riley, maybe like slick back.
Ooh,
looking
that
dapper.
would work good too.
Yeah. All right, we've talked a lot about coach appearance here to kick off today's show. We'll talk about other topics when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Chan Man will take us to break here in just a moment, and we will do just that. Take us to break, Chandler. We'll take a timeout, come back, have more for you. Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. We roll on after this.
Presented by Subdogs and Suddenlink, offers 2 days of piractical tomfoolery. This free event includes 150 vendors, food trucks, art demos, BMX, mermaids, and of course, pirates. Join us on Friday, April 8th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. featuring music from DJ Tay James. Then on Saturday, April 9th for a full day of activities from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., including a concert on the Town Common from Grammy-nominated recording country artist Eric Pasley. For more information, visit piratefestnc.com.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best. Everybody loves burgers.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
Hello, friends. This is Troy D, here to let you know that the Masters is just around the corner. Stock up on all your Masters gear with a visit to Tailgate Classics. Tailgate Classics has a wide variety of vintage, officially licensed Masters polos and hats. Check out Tailgate Classics in person at 304 Evans Street in downtown Greenville or online at shoptailgateclassics.com.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the program. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local, print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Now let's head back into the show. Here's your host, Cliff Rock.
Alrighty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live on a Free Beer Friday. Earlier today, ECU strength coach Big John, 8 hours ago, said the world record for adult males in Shaq jerseys in one location could be in jeopardy today at 3 o'clock in G Vegas. And he is not wrong. Have seen a ton of Shaquille O'Neal jerseys. CJ, you got like a Celtics Shaq jersey? You should have one of those. Be a nice little... Let's see, he's played, obviously the Lakers and Heat are going to be popular. I want to see a Phoenix Suns.
I don't even remember him with those teams.
The Shaqtus.
God.
He was with Phoenix how long was he with the Celtics? Like 1 year late in his career?
A year, yeah.
And who is that? It? Anybody else?
Cavs, right? For
Cleveland
another year.
Cavaliers. Yeah, that's a good sports trivia topic. Like legends that played elsewhere.
That is
in other
like
places.
other teams.
Interesting.
All right, Tony, we are in draft month. Happy draft month to you, sir. See how long. You got to be excited. You got a number 6 pick.
Yeah. Oh man, it's just I'm tired. We've been having the same conversation. We're just having the same perpetual conversation.
You're drafted out
every day. I mean, it's just is it left tackle? Is it quarterback? Is it trade back? And everybody has their same series of opinions that are based on absolutely nothing, really. To be honest, is that you got to trade back, man? You don't want to take a risk. You go, well, who the heck are you going to trade back with? What are you really going to get? On top of that is then you're still not going to have a quarterback. What do you do? So. We've been having these same conversations. Do you pick a quarterback at 6? Is the quarterback you want even there at 6? Do you just play it safe and get an offensive tackle? Or in some way, do you convince the Pittsburgh Steelers to give us this year's first-round pick and next year's first-round pick for the number 6 pick in Malik Willis?
I wouldn't want to do that.
See? Why? You see, you guys are playing it safe.
Why you got to be so safe?
It's just not a risk you can take.
They got Mitch.
Okay.
Mitch, please.
I saw a mock draft,
Mitch,
Tony.
Please.
I saw a mock draft that had Malik Willis going 6th to the Cardinals.
I like this.
And I saw you tweeted this. That's where I saw it. The Cardinals getting Christian McCaffrey and the first-round pick of the Panthers for Kyler Murray.
That's cheap. That's cheap.
Well, it's cheap for now.
Well, I mean, it's not going to be financially cheap when you got to pay them.
Oh, you mean what you're giving up?
What you're giving up? Yeah. That's nothing. I mean, you were about to give up 3 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson, who hasn't played an entire year, who's still facing all of this crazy legal stuff, who had the most uncomfortable, awful press conference. Like, man, it's just liar. He's a liar, dude. I don't believe one thing he says. Once he said, I didn't choose the Browns. It had nothing to do with the contract. I said, I can't believe you anything. All these women are right.
If you're going to lie about that, what else are you going to lie about?
Yeah,
kind of thing.
But, no, it's, I mean, like... I think this would be foolish for the Cardinals to do, to be honest, is that you're just in the hunt for another Kyler Murray, and that's what they were doing before they had Kyler Murray.
They've already got their Kyler Murray. Why try to find a new Kyler Murray?
Another Kyler Murray.
Would you? What do you think about this, Chandler, giving up practically Willis or whatever you do at 6 and Christian McCaffrey to get Murray? It does sound like advantage Panthers.
I would take it all day long.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, though, a lot of Panther fans chimed in and said, no way.
So this is from an Arizona account.
Yeah.
I wonder what their fans said, for the most part. As a Panthers fan, I would love it. What did the Cardinals have to say about this?
I think the Cardinals, somebody told me, too. I mean, people are chiming in saying that Kyler Murray doesn't like football. Then they get that kind of stuff now going on. I think Kyler Murray is doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing at this point. You're a top tier quarterback in the NFL. You're in their 4th year of your deal. The next year, they're going to hit you with the 5th year option. You don't know what's going to happen to your health or whatever, and you see all of these other dudes forcing their way into new contracts. I mean, it's, you should almost put Lamar Jackson into this bucket, too. He's facing the same circumstances, I feel like. Did they come out in the same draft? Are they the same?
I'll look it up.
So, I mean, I understand. Look, that's why the players are catching on to the fact that every
Jackson's older. Murray was 2019. Was Jackson before that?
Jackson was 18, I think.
I think
so he's in his 5th year option then.
Well, did you see where they locked up Harbaugh to a new contract and Jackson tweeted, can I hold $1 or whatever? Can I borrow a little money?
Well, I mean, yeah, because he's playing, he's doing... The players have listened as these GMs have spoken, and the GMs have said, look, the formula right now is to get a quarterback on a cheap contract. So when you say cheap contract, most important player, they go, that doesn't sound right in my ears.
Yeah.
So that they're trying to avoid that 5th year option. Imagine getting hurt in your 5th year.
Didn't they do something where they, back in... when we were, 90s, early 2000s, where they'd give these rookies an incredible amount of money?
Yes.
And then now they've structured it differently.
Yeah, well, Sam Bradford ruined football. He is the one.
Well,
remember, he
QBs.
signed that $50 million deal before he ever played anything, and then he was just hurt the entire time and not very good as it was. And that was the contract that I feel that put everybody on like pause for a minute and said, how is the team going to get better when they're bad as they can be?
Right.
And then they have to pay this number one pick everything and mortgage everything at the same time for that. And you don't even know if he's going to work out. So there's got to be some, I don't know, maybe this is just what the NFL is going to be, is that players are going to have to kind of muscle around a little bit in year 3 and 4, if they've already proven that they're worth it. And I do think there's an argument for going ahead and extending these guys. And I said this back with Cam Newton. A lot of people wanted Cam to play out on the 5th-year option then. And what my argument was is if you sign him now, you get today's price. If you wait till next year, you've got the inflation rate of another year going. So I think the longer if you believe in a guy, I think you should sign him and sign him for as long as you can. Look at Patrick Mahomes, is like, you have extended the life of this contract so long. You can budget it out. You can restructure over and over and over again. We'll just wait and see this year if they're really good. If Patrick Mahomes goes, I think I deserve more.
Tony, you follow baseball. You're a Cubs fan, but you don't get into it like you do the Panthers and have that passion. But
this year I'm going to have to, I think.
Do you wish the NFL was set up the way Major League Baseball was, where if you had an owner, and you do certainly have an owner with money, they could go out, spend, buy what they want, put the team together they want? Or do you like the NFL model where just because you stink this year, it doesn't mean you will next year, because things can turn over so quickly? In baseball, if you're bad, you're going to be bad for a while, probably
forever, it feels like.
Yeah. So which do you prefer?
I think the football model of parity, and here is the reason: is that
it's frustrating at times because you want to pay everybody, but at the same time, you're not going to hit those lulls like you would.
Yeah, you don't have dynasty teams where people stick around together for a long time. As once you get you can be a victim of too much success. I think you mentioned this to me on Wednesday night, is that you draft really well and then you get some good players and all this stuff. We just can't pay everybody. Yeah. So like Dave Gettleman said, sometimes you got to let a big dog walk. But here's the thing with baseball
that's the smartest thing he ever said.
He always said a lot of good things, just didn't do a lot of good things.
Great speaker.
Yeah, I mean, he had a lot of great lines, and we were fooled for a long time by it. He's very charismatic. He's great behind the microphone.
Is he out now? He's nowhere,
he's
right?
Retired.
Yeah.
He's retired. But I think with baseball, what the problem is that when those big spending teams, they have to pay a tax to the non-spending
luxury
team.
tax. Yeah.
So you can almost just make a bunch of money by letting other teams be good and just taking
as the owner, as a team,
you just say this is fine. We're just gonna blow ball be the Athletics forever.
Well, this has been 2 weeks now. Yeah, it's been since I saw this. It was the 5 lowest spenders in free agency, and it was Cleveland, it was Baltimore, a couple other teams. Number 1 on the list, Oakland, who spent $0. $0.
That's awesome.
And I thought about that because you're talking about locking up Mahomes or long term. So the Braves locked up Ronald Acuna and Ozzie Albies as guys who were in their low 20s, and they gave them life-changing money, but for baseball terms, a very team-friendly deal. And they locked them up for like 8 to 10 years instead of doing one of these A-Rod mega deals. They kind of said, hey, you're young, you haven't really proved it yet, but you know what? We're going to pay you all these millions anyway, and really they're going to come out in the long run looking great. The Braves are. And these guys are going to want more money probably in 4 years, but
I wish I could comment on baseball contracts more because they befuddle me more than anything. I don't know how everything is fully guaranteed.
Yep.
They make so much money. I mean, when you see this, I do think though you're onto something is paying guys when they're young and keeping them around rather than waiting to see if somebody's really good. Then you got to pay them a ton. Like who's the guy that Philly paid a bunch to?
What sport are we talking about? Baseball. Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper. Right? Is that you're almost paying them at their peak rather than he's not going to get much better. I don't feel like. I mean, how can you get much better after that? And
like Albert Pujols when he got his monster
with the
hit.
Angels, yeah.
But I always see like Washington fans, and I admit I don't dive into the contract stuff as much as I probably should if I'm going to follow football like I do. But I don't know how many times I've seen we should have just paid him last year or 2 years ago instead of waiting to do the franchise thing. So, but it is a risk, you know.
Well, look, Baltimore has never been good in my entire lifetime, I don't think.
The Orioles.
Yeah.
They had a playoff year a few years ago. They have the lowest win total in baseball this year.
They are perpetually bad, and maybe that has something to do with it. If I was a baseball GM, I think I would just pay pitchers only. It's just like, let's just go pay a bunch of I feel like you can get production on the bases and get hitters. They come along more often, I feel like. But if you have a dominant pitching squad, then you can you can just figure some things out. That's kind of what my strategy would be.
What if you're a football GM?
What would be my strategy?
Yeah. Is it just...
It's offensive line and quarterback, and then we figure out the rest as best we can.
Yeah. It starts at QB, and then get some guys up front. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back more with Tony Dunn to wrap up hour number 2, big hour 3 on tap, where we've got 3 guests coming up. Morgan Ahlers will join us. Also, the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, to break down the Final Four, and Greeny, Mark Greenhelge, Golf Shop Radio Show. A lot more to go on Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
You know, everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. For used vehicles, Brown & Wood has a lifetime powertrain on every vehicle you buy from us, new or used. So even when you buy a used vehicle from Brown & Wood, you have lifetime powertrain. We cover the engine, transmission for as long as you own the car.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Come pop a top at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings, featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Your power's out. There's a water leak. What do you do? For these and other utility-related emergencies, you need service, and you want it fast. There are 2 things you can do to get the quickest response if you're a GUC customer. First, you can call the hotline at 1-855-767-2482 and report any utility-related emergency. That number is also on GUC.com. Or second, you can give GUC your phone number. The hotline process is quickest when their account records have your current phone number. Service you can count on. Greenville Utilities.
This isn't your regular cola, so this isn't your regular cola ad. No beach parties or family barbecues here, just Nitro Pepsi, the first cola ever infused with nitrogen. So forget everything you thought you knew about soda, because that nitrogen gives us a whole new experience. Think an infusion of smaller bubbles for a cola that's got a lighter, smoother texture. And don't get me started on the pour. You don't pour this like any other cola. We're talking turn the can completely upside down and watch as those bubbles cascade into the glass to create a frothy, luxurious foam topping. Can your cola do that? I didn't think so. Unless you've got your own Nitro Pepsi, in which case cheers to your great taste. Because you already know that the only thing better than the pour is the unapologetic cola taste. What else is there to say? From the creamy foam to the smooth texture to its unbelievably delicious flavor, this is cola like you've never had it before. Time to bring your taste buds to the next frontier. New Nitro Pepsi. Smooth, creamy, delicious.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhelge and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
Pirate
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
Pirate Fest, presented by Subdogs and Suddenlink, offers 2 days of piractical tomfoolery. This free event includes 150 vendors, food trucks, art demos, BMX, mermaids, and of course, pirates. Join us on Friday, April 8th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. featuring music from DJ Tay James. Then on Saturday, April 9th for a full day of activities from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., including a concert on the Town Common from Grammy-nominated recording country artist Eric Pasley. For more information, visit piratefestnc.com.
This is Coach Gary Overton, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to the program for the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, just like the Free Beer Friday that we're going to have for you today. Be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the close to 54,000 followers today at PR927FM. Now let's head back into the show. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, we have news of a athlete being arrested in around Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Bryce Williams?
No. Suspicion of DUI, resisting arrest, and misdemeanor child abuse.
Oh, my God.
And that athlete is former USA Women's National Team goalkeeper Hope Solo, who is married to and has had issues with, and I just blanked on his name, the former tight end for the Seahawks. What's his name, Tony?
Luke Wilson?
Why am I asking you his name, Tony? There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way I know.
Is it Luke Wilson?
No, it is Jeremy Stevens. Former tight end for the Seahawks, and they have had some disputes in the past.
Yeah, you know you're going to have a dispute when you spell your name like that.
Is that what it is?
Jeremy.
And your wife's name is Hope Solo. just a recipe for disaster there.
Clip, I have some positive Hornets news.
All right, let's hear it.
After 22 games,
Gordon Hayward?
He is back.
All right.
Gordon Hayward will be in the lineup tomorrow for the Hornets against the Philadelphia 76ers.
5 games left, Chandler. This is the exact opposite of last year when the Hornets went on a free fall without Gordon Hayward. They've been playing well of late, and now they get him back.
They have won 10 of their last 14 games, and while Gordon Hayward was out, they went 12-10. So they will have Gordon Hayward back tomorrow, and hopefully they can keep him for the last 5 games of the regular season, and hopefully go into the postseason with a healthy squad.
All right, I mentioned soccer a moment ago. Speaking of soccer, earlier today, I come in. CJ Schaefer is sitting right where Tony is, and he's got it on Fox Sports 1. And I was like, all right, I'll roll with this. Let's see what's going on. And then at noon, the World Cup draw show. Probably could have said that better. What's the official show we were watching?
That's fine. World Cup draw.
So what teams, what countries were going to be in what group? That was going to be announced at noon today. And they had a big show for it on FS1. So I'm watching it. And so the first thing that happens is they run a 7-minute cartoon, which I didn't understand, and neither did CJ.
Not at all.
So the host country is Qatar?
Yes.
Or Qatar?
Whatever.
However you want to say it. So they are hosting this big event, and they got the cartoon that runs. We're like, all right, that's fine. Let's get to it. Next, they have, is that when they brought out Stringer Bell? Yes. Idris Elba and a very attractive woman. They come out, talk for a while, and they're like, all right, the time is now. Let's get it going. And they introduce some musical act.
Yes.
That Idris Elba said, this is going to touch your heart. So I was thinking it would be some kind of love song. It was like this dance poppy song where people are out there dancing, doing dances.
Apparently, it's the theme song for the World Cup.
Oh, good. It sucked.
It did.
So then, okay, we got the cartoon, we got the musical act out of the way. Let's get going. And CJ says, "All right, they're bringing up the FIFA president. Now things are gonna get cooking here."
So we thought.
He talks for a while. He brings up the president of Qatar, who then talks for a while. All right, we got that out of the way. Now let's get down to business. No, we still had more to do. It was 12, maybe 50 before we well, they had to introduce people to come out and introduce. Oh, God, they had to bring out the legends. Forgot about that. Mm-hmm. They introduced legends one by one. They all come up.
There's like 16 of them.
Then they
bring a single one of them.
They recognized the guy from Australia. That was the only guy I recognized. What was his name? Cahill. I recognized his name. So then they bring out Carly Lloyd and two other people to actually do the drawings, the drawings. So we're at least at 12:45, 12:50 at this point, just waiting on some damn drawings. And then our old buddy Robert Walsh, who used to work here, Robert was here today, Tony.
Oh, nice. Is he here to see Shaq?
He's here to be here. He's around this weekend.
Nice.
And so then he comes in, I get talking to him, and I miss, like, the drawing happened for USA. Because I was fed up at that point.
Oh, I don't blame you.
What a waste of time. Oh, my God. The FIFA president is up there behind the microphone saying there's a lot of things going on in the world, and what we need is dialogue. We need talk. We need peace. We need this. And immediately I see on Twitter flashback to the last World Cup drawing, and it is him smiling and hugging Vladimir Putin.
You can't write it any better.
Found that pretty interesting.
I want to be 100% clear to everybody listening and watching. I was in the same boat as Clip. This was ridiculous. I hated it.
But they finally, more than an hour later, it was like 1:30 before the whole thing got done.
Yep, it was over at 1:30.
Finally, they announced the draw, and the draw for the United States is...
It's the United States. We have Iran. We have England. And we have...
A TB determined.
Yes, a winner of a intercontinental playoff between Ukraine, Wales, and somebody.
Russia.
Scotland.
Yes.
Ukraine, you say?
Maybe we just need Russia and Ukraine to play soccer and get this sucker over.
Winner wins the war?
Winner wins the war.
Winner take all? Now,
it would be a very progressive solution to warfare.
CJ, you mentioned this early on that
America would never get... We would be like the worst country. We would go from the most powerful country in the world.
If it was determined by soccer, that would be bad. Can we send the women? So, by the way, a lot of people were saying, like Ukraine, if they're currently in a war. Iran, we've had our issues with them in the past, and then of course England if you go way back in time. Interesting bracket group when it comes to world wars. But like CJ, you're like Ukraine, like they are in the middle of something pretty bad right now. I mean, can they field a team? Do they still have I guess they do. It's just a weird deal
when 11 men abandon their country for a game
to go play soccer. And then you also said if Ukraine wins and gets in, they're going to have a lot of off-the-pitch momentum going, Tony. They're going to be a pretty good feel-good story.
They have to put their team out there. That's like that'll be like a big commercial for what's going on with them.
Well, what do we do in this country when there's a tragedy? We like rally around sports.
Well, it would be very similar to Rocky beating...
Ivan Drago?
Ivan Drago, exactly.
If I can change and you can change, we can all change. So, there's that World Cup really makes you think about what's going on in the world at these other places. And it's not all doggy jams going on everywhere. Yeah. So do you like the draw for USA?
I do. I think it's very favorable. I didn't want a second European team to be in our group, but we did get one out of pot 4 rather than pot 3. So we're getting like the worst European country who could be in the tournament we're getting that. So it could be worse.
Yeah.
Is that Scotland?
It would be
Wales.
most likely. Well, Ukraine at full strength would probably be Ukraine. I don't really know how that's going to work because it was supposed to be. I think it was supposed to be in March when they played, but because of everything that's going on, it got pushed back to June, and we'll see if it gets played then.
Tony, World Cup, fun summer event. Do you watch any of it?
Of course, just so I can continue to do my bit about how to fix it.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah.
Well,
I'm trying to get into it.
Well, I got bad news for you.
What?
It's in November this year while football's going on.
Why is it in November?
Exactly.
What happened?
Qatar's summer is our winter.
So what a terrible
Are they playing
time.
outside?
I don't know.
It's going to be their summer, so yeah.
I guess.
I figured they always played indoors.
Why would you figure that? You just do a lot of figuring?
Yeah, a lot
Well, look,
of
in
figuring.
2026, it'll be here, so you don't have to worry about it.
So Thanksgiving, we don't have our NFL schedule yet. By the way, does that come before the draft or after the draft? When do we get a schedule?
Well, the cool thing about it is they'll be probably all at in the morning.
I was looking it up, so it's like a 8-hour, 7-hour time difference, I believe.
Yes. The U.S. times are out for the group stage. It's November 21st at 10 a.m., the 25th at 2 p.m., and the 29th at 2 p.m.
So we don't play on Thanksgiving?
Correct.
I saw a lot of
We play
people
Black
talking about
Friday.
that. So what were those dates again?
Imagine sitting around watching soccer on Thanksgiving.
Hey, so so what were those dates again?
21st, 25th, and 29th. So
Okay,
Black
so
Friday
that's a Monday, Black Friday
versus
they'll be.
England.
Oh, wow. All right, good deal. And
no bangers and mash then.
Bangers and mash. When do we get the NFL schedule? So I was going to say around Thanksgiving time we'll have some football and we'll have.
Oh,
some
did you
soccer.
see Detroit's going to be the Hard Knocks team?
Yes,
that's going to be cool.
So immediately there was a lot of that's boring, but like Dan Campbell is great.
Can't wait to see him eat some chicken wings.
Tony's a big fan of Jared Goff's significant other.
Oh, who isn't?
So she'll be, I'm sure, in that quite a bit. Last year, the football schedule was released on April 21st, so we'll probably get a special coming up later this month before the draft on our NFL schedule release.
I always find I kind of find them overdone.
I like it because I like the NFL and it's something to talk about.
Right. It does give us a way to attack, like we learn the bye week and maybe we start forecasting what these teams are. But even these selection shows, you're just like, man, can you just print it? You didn't miss anything. You shouldn't have even today.
I know.
You missed the results and you watched all the stuff that didn't matter. You still didn't miss anything. You just pull it up and you find out we play these 4 teams.
I'm more so like looking at it. Well, I used to because I would like go to a game a year, but I don't even go to games anymore and try to figure out, all right, is ECU home or away when Washington plays this team? So I would do that. Now it's more, okay, do we have Monday night? Do we have Sunday night? Do we play on Thanksgiving? That crap.
What's the most exciting selection show? Is it the...
Got to be March Madness.
March Madness?
Absolutely.
I kind of like
What
the
are the other
NBA
options?
draft lottery thing.
Oh,
where you get
drafts?
That one's fun.
Oh, that. Yeah.
I mean, it's
I like that
silly
one
because I
it's
hate
quick.
it.
They don't do a show before it. They just
Well,
do it.
that's still way too long. They have to
Yeah.
introduce everybody. Dan Gilbert's son.
That's true.
It does make me mad though that like when the not worst team, the worst team doesn't get the first pick. So
Yeah.
I mean, I hate the lottery system, but it is still exciting to see who screws over the worst team.
I think it works in a sense because the tanking did get real bad to a point where you can't incentivize that. So, I mean, I know it happens in football too. But
We have a new overtime rule this week, Tony.
Oh, yeah.
At least for the
football?
playoffs.
Yeah.
They're going to give both teams the ball.
Yeah.
The Josh Allen, Kansas City Chiefs rule. Makes sense. It is interesting that they're not doing it in the regular season. And those games
agree.
are important because that's how you get to the playoffs.
I agree.
So that we'll be complaining about that during the regular season, I'm sure, when a team loses that we like.
Or it results in a tie.
Yep, we
I feel
don't like
they
those
should
ties.
just go to the college rules almost a little bit. And
I do
just
too.
maybe move it back some.
I wonder why they don't. Does it have something to do with stats or gambling? Like they don't want to see 65 to 64 scores? You think it's anything?
Maybe. Some people say that's got to do with how many snaps. Like, is it
They
going to
won't.
increase the amount of snaps?
Yeah.
I don't know if that. I don't really feel like the NFL cares about that at all. Maybe that's the players' union that does that. Maybe they're trying to keep themselves separate from the college game to a certain degree.
Maybe that's below us for us to play like that.
Yeah, that's for the peasants.
So what's the chatter, Tony? All draft stuff this time of year at Cat Chronicles?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a fan argument right now. It's the fans that want to take a risk on a quarterback, the fans that believe that would be irresponsible while passing on really good offensive linemen, and the fans who don't think that either is enough, so they want this like giant long-term building of lots of picks. So, and then the Matt Rule hate just stays constant at this point.
It just goes hand in hand. It's such a weird deal where you've got 99% of your fan base that thinks he won't be around this time next year.
Yeah.
So you're trying to build a team and you don't even know who you're building it for.
There's literally one person that likes Matt Rule, and he used to be on my podcast, Mel Mayock, and he's like the only person.
Well, he like dug his heels in. He probably don't even really like him, but now he's gone too far.
I don't know. He goes, I just want to see Matt Rule be a long-term success, and you're like, oh my god. But there is that. But you bring up a great question or a good point. Is I think there's only one way for Matt Rule to save his job, and that is to sell us hope in 2022,
and that means a
young QB,
a fun
something that says our future is going to be better.
12-5.
Right.
That you're going to hate.
Right. Well, no, I would only hate it if it was with Deshaun Watson.
I don't want to reset
I know.
that take.
Everybody doesn't like that take, but there is something to it. The other thing is, though, is that, that's what's going to help him. That's the outside chance he's going to keep his job. But there's an argument, though, some people believe that that's not even enough. So then people are saying, well, why would you take a quarterback, still fire your coach, and then bring in another coach who
might want another quarterback?
Right, like another Josh Rosen.
Yeah.
So I think if the Carolina Panthers take an offensive lineman at number 6, it tells us is that Matt Rule is a dead man walking. If they take a quarterback at 6, it means that we're going to give him an honest chance to sell us some hope, and he still may be fired.
Yeah, I like that take. Thanks, Tony.
All right, man. Thank you.
We'll take a timeout. Come back hour 3. We'll talk to Morgan Ahlers when we return and make you a winner. We've got a 15-pack of the limited edition Busch Latte aluminum bottles and a large 2-topping pizza from Domino's on the line. We'll talk to Morgan and have our winner when we return hour 3 after this.
Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese have potential. Together, they have a purpose, a destiny, and a name. Jersey Mike's number 16 Chicken Philly, because grilled to order makes a sub above. At Jersey Mike's, we take great satisfaction in getting that perfect meat slice. Yes. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh, because slice to order makes a sub above.
Temperatures are in the low 30s at 10 a.m., increasing sharply to 75 degrees by 1 p.m., and then dropping into the teens by 10 p.m. So before you go to work, put on some gloves, pack some shorts, and a parka. That should cover you for the day.
Your heating and cooling take a beating. Guarantee your system is ready when you need it. Call Delcor. Buy a new train system and make no payments until 2023. It's hard to stop a train. With inflation and high gas prices, you don't need another payment. So buy this month and make no payments until 2023. Delcor, the service professionals.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. All products and services are on sale at our spring extravaganza, April 4th through the 8th. BeautyBarMedispa.com. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation.
The celebration is on. Save the date for Saturday, May 14th as the town of Farmville celebrates 150 years with a black tie gala from 7 to 11 p.m. Music will be provided by the Raheem Walker Project and dinner will be served. Tickets are $75 per person or $650 for a reserved table for 8. All proceeds benefit the Farmville Chamber of Commerce, and to purchase tickets, call 753-4671. Save the date and enjoy a night out on the town at the Farmville Black Tie Gala Saturday, May 14th.
In Greenville, you know how much it means to have neighbors you can count on. Like the one who mowed your lawn that week you were sick. Well, here's another good neighbor you can count on. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer. Timothy and his team are here to help life go right when you combine home and auto insurance, which can save you money and time. So combine home and auto and start the savings rolling. Call State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer at 493-0002 and start saving today.
Chico's in downtown Greenville is celebrating 39 years in business all month during March with a special anniversary menu. Grab your amigos and enjoy blasts from the past menu favorites like Cancun oysters, chili dog, costillas, and the pollo limon. The celebration doesn't stop with your favorite Mexican food. Drop in for one of those famous Chico's margaritas in the bar or outside on the patio. Hurry in, the celebration menu ends March 31st. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to the program. Watch all of Pirate Radio's local programming on YouTube Live. Go to YouTube and search for Pirate Radio TV and subscribe today. Watch Pirate Radio Live Monday through Friday from 3 to 6. And the Bud Light pregame tailgate and U.S. Cellular fifth quarter call-in show during football season. Just go to YouTube and search Pirate Radio TV and subscribe today. Now let's head back into the show. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, freshly shaven Zach Agnos going to lead things off for East Carolina as we got that up on ESPN Plus here in the Pirate Radio studios, Cincinnati, wearing very ugly uniforms today. Pirates and Bearcats going at it. Saw some bad news scroll across Twitter a moment ago. Riley Johnson, ECU outfielder, will miss the rest of the season. He needs shoulder surgery. So Riley Johnson not available for the remainder of the 2022 season. Pirates and Bearcats getting underway. We'll keep you updated, give you that lineup momentarily. We'll talk a little Pirate football and hoops now with the voice of Dowdy Ficklin Stadium and Minges Coliseum, Morgan Ahlers, joining us. Morgan, how you doing today, sir?
I am doing fantastic, Clip. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Let's start with hoops. Let's start with Pirate hoops, Morgan. Have you had a chance? Mike Schwartz has been here for a brief moment, and then other than that, I think he's been out recruiting. Have you had a chance to meet the new coach yet?
No, I haven't. From everything that I've heard, have been really positive reactions to him so far, and you know, obviously, Joe Dooley and I have known each other for a long, long time, good friends, and I hated to see Coach go, and like he told me, he said, with every door that closes, one opens. So that's a new opportunity for him, and Coach Schwartz comes in. It's a big opportunity from him. And from the people that I know in the business, they speak very, very highly of him and think he'll do a good job here.
Speaking of Joe Dooley, been talking to folks about his potential landing spot next, Morgan. And I got to say, I was happy today when I saw that Levi Watkins was named an assistant coach at NC State, which takes up a seat there because I did not want to see Joe Dooley in Raleigh wearing red like Ruffin McNeil does. But I understand he's got some really high-profile opportunities that might be coming his way. And I don't know, what are you hearing about Joe Dooley's next potential stop as an assistant coach?
I know that Joe's well thought of in the coaching industry.
Yeah.
He hustles, he goes out, and he loves to recruit, and that's what, be it a head coach or one of the top assistants at a major program, that's what you like to have in your assistants. And there's a chance maybe he ends up in the NBA as well. And so I wouldn't necessarily say college is his final destination. There's a chance he might end up in the NBA, and wherever he goes, I'm sure Joe will do a great job. And I hate to see him leave Greenville, but things happen, and you got to move on from it, especially in the world of college and college athletics, because it is such a big business. And sometimes change is good for both parties.
And we'll probably be hearing about a lot of jobs here this week or in the next few days with the coaching conventions going on, the Final Four and all that. Morgan, we are down to 4, Kansas, Villanova, just after 6 o'clock on Saturday right here on Pirate Radio. And then after that, North Carolina and Duke. And Morgan, you have been around here a while, and you've been DJing and been in these bars and places during games, and you know how it can get. I can't imagine what the sports bars are going to be like late night Saturday night with Carolina fans and Duke fans all bunched together talking junk, because this one has the most bragging rights on the line that we've ever seen and maybe ever will see. The only way it could get bigger is if they meet for a national championship, but it's amazing this is the first time this has ever happened, Morgan, in the NCAA tournament.
It's funny you say about the bars and the restaurants, because just as soon as Carolina won, I looked at Sandra. I said, well, I know every sports bar in North Carolina is tickled to death.
Absolutely.
Because that is an extra. That's another Super Bowl matchup. There's certain games and certain things that happen in college basketball and kind of in sports in general. The Super Bowl, the college football national championship, and in North Carolina, the national semifinals between Duke and Carolina will be right up there from a dollar standpoint. So good for the bars, because over the last few years they sure deserve it.
No doubt about it, yeah. And playing catch up with the COVID stuff, and they're going to have a pretty penny or two coming up on Saturday night. How about the game itself, Morgan? There's so much talk has been about the legacy. What about the game, North Carolina and Duke, Part 3? They split in the regular season. Who takes it on Saturday night?
Well, I'll tell you, I think both teams are playing really well right now. I think Duke is playing with a lot of emotion, and the Blue Devils players, they want Coach K to go out with a national championship with a storybook ending. That would be for him. And for the Tar Heel players, they've started playing really good basketball. They beat Duke the final regular season game, struggled a bit in the ACC tournament. Then they really turned it on as of late, playing really good chemistry basketball right now. And they would like nothing better than to send Coach K home packing, one game shy of a national championship, and for them a chance to play for Coach Hubert Davis. And it's just, I don't know who's going to win this game. I think it's going to come down to the wire. I don't think it's going to be a blowout either way. Wouldn't shock me if Duke won. It wouldn't shock me if Carolina won either.
Will the team that wins that game Saturday night, Morgan, win on Monday? Will they have enough in the tank emotionally? Certainly they have enough as far as talent goes, but they're going to, have so much emotion on the line on Saturday night. Can they get back up for Kansas and Villanova? I think that's kind of fascinating, because after you win that game that seems like it is the Super Bowl, you still got another one to play 2 nights later.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that it's going to be a lot of emotion. I think that's when the coaching aspect of it, and to being able to handle the players' emotions and being able to deal with it, because in either locker room on Saturday, whoever wins, Duke or Carolina, it's going to be just euphoria. And you hear the coaches always say, when you have the 24-hour rule, I think in this case you have maybe a 12-hour rule, that you'll play the game Saturday night. It'll be over by about 11 o'clock, and by the next day at 12 o'clock we're moving on to the national championship, have a walkthrough, do our scouting report, and get yourself and get your mindset right, because it's going to be a war. Because Villanova and Kansas, yes, they're going to be very emotional coming in, but the emotion's going to be nowhere near what it is for Duke and Carolina.
Morgan Ahlers joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Morgan enjoyed the March Madness. I've enjoyed following some spring football as well. Holton Ahlers joins us Mondays here on Pirate Radio Live. He'll join us coming up Monday and the following Monday to talk spring football. And I love how different it is now, Morgan, than it was a few years ago, where Holton said basically, if the coaches for some reason couldn't show up to practice, we could run a practice now. And I always go back to that Mike Houston comment when he first got here that we got to teach these guys how to practice. That was pretty concerning when we heard that years ago. Now, Holden saying, hey, we could handle this ourselves if the coaches aren't around. It just shows the continuity. Blake Harrell, year 3, Donnie K, Mike Houston have been around a while now. Holden's been around a while. His backfield, his O-line, leaders on the defense. You got so many guys. They've built depth. They are just they're so far along at this point now, Morgan, in the spring than they were years ago, and it's very refreshing to hear.
It is, and I think a big part of that too, Cliff, is the summer workouts that they have and the workouts that they have prior to spring ball, that the coaches aren't allowed to work with them but maybe an hour a week or 2 hours a week on the field. And there's, if I'm not mistaken, when the coaches are out there, they can't have football. They can't have a football out there. So what the players have had to do, and the older players really bought into it, is they get a sheet and say, this is what we need you to do. So they do have to go out and run practices in the summertime and the workouts. And for exactly what you're saying, every coach comes in and has their own style, just like Coach Schwartz is going to have his own style versus Coach Dooley's. And with Coach Houston here now going into year 4, there's a lot to be said for everything that's going on with these players, because it is an experienced group. You got guys on the offensive line, you got running backs that have been here 3 years. The COVID year gave everybody another year. And, these guys want it. They want it bad this year, and I'm so excited to see them go out there and battle. Everybody, this is going to be the hype game of the year with NC State.
Yeah.
But that's just one football game out of 12, and the players need to go out there and realize that play. Get a win over the Wolf Puppies and really shock their world a little bit. That would be so great. But win or lose that game, that's one of 12, and that's where, again, coaching has to come in to make sure they understand that we got a lot of work to do, but you put the work in not only this summer, but last summer, the summer before last, and everything's moving in the right direction. I got a feeling it's going to be a special year for Pirate football.
Pirates will be scrimmaging coming up on Saturday, spring game coming up a week from Saturday, so some fun times around here. Our last taste of football until we get to August with camp, and then September when the real action begins. Morgan, appreciate you joining us today, man. What you got going on this weekend?
I'm actually playing at Market Street Pub tonight in Washington.
All right.
And then going to be watching football and in the morning, and then basketball and WrestleMania the rest of the weekend.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to... Yeah, let's quickly, before we let you go, what are you looking forward to the most for this year's WrestleMania?
Kevin Owens and Steve Austin.
I thought you would go there. That might be my answer too, just to see what Steve Austin does in a ring for the first time in a long time. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
It's going to be he's going to play the hits. He's going to do a stunner. He's going to do a stomp, and he's going to do that kind of thing.
Drink a few beers.
I don't know. Did you get a chance to catch it a couple weeks ago when Kevin Owens came out in the beginning of the show? Austin's music hits. Have you seen that?
I did not. CJ, did you? I'm sure CJ Schaefer probably saw it. I did not see that.
Go on and watch it when he comes out, because he's got a bald cap on. He's got Steve's,
I love Kevin Owens though.
Shirt.
Yeah.
And Kevin Owens to me is great.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He's maybe one of my favorites. But he comes out and he imitates Stone Cold Steve Austin in the ring. Then halfway through it, Austin's music hits and everybody goes absolutely nuts. And he goes, I got you.
Oh no.
It was real good.
Oh man,
you need to watch that. It's real good. But I'm excited about that. It should be fun.
All right, enjoy the wrestling, enjoy the football and your hoops as well, Morgan. And we'll talk to you again soon, man.
All right, y'all have a great weekend.
Later, man. That's throwback. That reminds me of didn't Shawn Michaels do that with Bret Hart at least once?
He did it with Bret Hart, with Bret Hart's music in Montreal.
The ultimate troll. And Kevin Owens is a really good troll too.
Yeah, definitely.
Good stuff. All right, let's Chandler, I'm gonna need you to open up
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
The booty bag. We finish each other's sandwiches. 317-1250. We'll do caller 8 right now. Caller 8 wins a 15-pack of aluminum bottles, Busch, a latte, and a large 2-topping pizza from Domino's. Booty bag is open. Caller 8, who are you? We'll find out when we return after this.
Pirate Fest, presented by Subdogs and Suddenlink, offers 2 days of piractical tomfoolery. This free event includes 150 vendors, food trucks, art demos, BMX, mermaids, and of course, pirates. Join us on Friday, April 8th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. featuring music from DJ Tay James. Then on Saturday, April 9th for a full day of activities from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., including a concert on the Town Common from Grammy-nominated recording country artist Eric Pasley. For more information, visit piratefestnc.com.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
Hey Greenville, Bagel Man here with some exciting news. We are now open for dinner. This is the first time ever for dinner in our 33 years. Our entire menu is available, plus some new sandwiches like the roast beef cheddar, the Italian sub, and the meatball parm. You can also get French fries and home fries as a side for any of your sandwiches. Order online for pickup or delivery, and don't forget about our great catering. We're available 7 days a week. We can deliver or you can pick it up. Bagel Man here.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit qualityequip.com.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Coach Cliff Godwin. The physicians at Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center have been caring for our athletes at ECU for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for our sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care, physical therapy, and diagnostic testing. For experienced and professional services, call the team at Orthopedics East at 252-757-2663 or visit them online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers. This is Brian Bailey, host of The Brian Bailey Show, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to the show. Did you miss the show on Pirate Radio? Listen to all of Pirate Radio's archive local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, or Spotify. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. And congratulations to Kevin Cozart, the first Free Beer Friday winner of April. Now let's head back into PRL. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
All righty, welcome back to Pirate Radio Live here on a Free Beer Friday. Congratulations, Kevin. East Carolina in the bottom of the first inning taking on Cincinnati. No score. Bearcats runner on first. Pirates threatened a bit in the top of the first. Zach Agnos leadoff single. Josh Moylan walked, but East Carolina could not put a run on the board. So it's Jake Kuchmaner pitching with one on, nobody out in the bottom of the first inning after an infield single. Kind of a tough play for AMAC, and then he spiked the ball on the ground across the infield. And now the Pirates have one out in the bottom of the first inning. We'll keep you up to date on that on your Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dubbuck. But right now we will talk Final Four. Who's it going to be? Carolina Duke, Kansas Nova. Let's ask the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, as he joins us here on a Friday. Big man, how you doing today?
Pretty good. How are you, Cliff?
Hey, doing great. Looking forward to a fun Saturday of basketball. Folks can hear it right here on Pirate Radio if you're out and about. Westwood One's coverage of Villanova, Kansas, and North Carolina Duke. And Jeff, we've started all week with North Carolina Duke. Let's start with the undercard in this one, which is going to be a great basketball game. You got Kansas as a 4-point favorite over the now undermanned Wildcats. The total of this game sitting at 133. Kansas, out of the 4 teams remaining, Jeff, have been the, I guess, best and most consistent basketball team that's left in the tournament field this year. Can they knock off Villanova? They are a favorite in the game, and again, Nova dealing with a big injury. So what do you think about this matchup coming up at 6-12 on Saturday?
I definitely lean Kansas. The loss of Moore is pronounced. He's a great defender. He takes the most shots. He gets to the free throw line more than anyone on Villanova. Look, Jay Wright's a great game planner, but that's a big loss. What it forces you to do is play kids that you don't normally want playing that many minutes. This is not a deep team as it is. And Jay has not fared well with high-level recruits, and that's one of the reasons he's in the spot. Now, that being said, they're still a very good team, but that's a big loss. You now have one less body to deal with Lightfoot and McCormick and Agbaji and all these different creators that they have. This is also a terrific Kansas three-point defense. Villanova thrives very much on the three-point shot. I also don't think they can guard McCormick. That's a problem. I think he has a big game. I don't think this is a great matchup, quite honestly. Now, I might be downplaying Villanova, but without Moore, I'm going to lean on Kansas here. I think they win this game, probably by between 7 to 10 points. I don't have a problem laying 4 here with the Kansas.
I hadn't talked about the total in this game, or really the North Carolina Duke game, a lot this week, big man. How about that as far as you look at Kansas, this tournament blew out Texas Southern, scoring 83. It was 79-72 against Creighton. It was a lower scoring game. Providence came back in the second half, 66-61 in that one, and then they just dominated Miami 76-50. So you look at this total. What do you think about 133, Jeff?
I don't know. I lean over. Both efficient offenses, quite honestly. I felt like both got to 65, and I think you have a shot at hitting this one over. I think it's like a 72-65 type of game. Obviously, you have to worry about the sight lines here. It's a big stadium and that sort of thing. But, I lean over. I think 132.5 is the best number you can get on that. So, yeah, I lean over. I think both teams – both games, you have very efficient teams.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Jeff, I run into North Carolina and Duke fans every day. So this thing has been talked about, worn out. I'm interested as an outsider of the state of North Carolina and a guy outside of Tobacco Road. Are you tired of hearing about this? Are you excited that they're finally meeting in the tournament? What's your outsider's take on North Carolina Duke Saturday night?
I'm pretty sick of hearing about it, quite honestly. But I've been sick of hearing about Duke for a while now. I actually kind of like Carolina. If you go back to my season previews, I thought this was, a team that had a lot of talent. I thought they had the best front court in the country, arguably, and I was really excited. I think my exact words were, if Caleb Love plays well, I think this is a Final Four type of team. Now, it's funny because most of these people that hate me will never tell those things. They'll only talk about when I lose on a game. But, yeah, look, I'm sick of Duke, but I actually like Carolina. I really like what they do. I like Hubert Davis. I don't see 4 points difference between these two teams. Color me maybe a little bit of a square on that, but I honestly don't think Duke is 4 points better than Carolina. I took Carolina. I'll be on them in this game. I think they're playing at a super high level. I think they have some matchup concerns as far as I think Manic could be a real problem for them. Keep in mind, in both games this year, he had 21 and 20 points against Duke. I think guard play right now is a complete flip. I think Leaky Black's the biggest part of this game. If Leaky Black can defend Wendell Moore, I think Carolina wins this game.
Big man on canvas, going with the Tar Heels Saturday night. Jeff, the total at 151.5. Both previous matchups this year went over that number. Now, this is the gigantic dome stadium, so you talk about sight lines and maybe three-point shots not being as accurate as if you're playing in a smaller gym. Does that bother you, or do you like, would you ride with the over here like the first two matchups went?
Well, this is the exact kind of game you want as quote, a neutral, if you're a fan. You want good offense, which both these teams have, good front courts, which both teams have. Neither teams turn it over. Both these teams are very efficient from three and from two. They both hit the glass hard. Good big matchup. Baycott and Banchero is terrific. Then you have just kind of the random guys like your Mark Williams or your Manic or your Dawson Garcia or somebody like that. I feel like both these teams pretty efficient. Now, Dawson Garcia hasn't played in a while. It'd be interesting to see if he were involved in this game, how it would kind of go. Other people have had to step up, like Dontre Styles or Leaky Black or something like that. But I think this offensively is a great game. You look at both games this season, 94-81, 87-67. Both were pretty high scoring, quite honestly. So I don't think we see anything different here. Good offense, good efficiency on both sides.
Jeff Nadu joining us here on Pirate Radio Live. Last time we'll talk to the big man for a while, but try to get him on for some draft props in late April. But Jeff, we've talked to you this entire college basketball season. We really appreciated your time joining us as we get into this coaching carousel. We see Willard go from Seton Hall to Maryland. Of course, Shaheen Holloway, this was no surprise at all. Holloway going back to his alma mater at Seton Hall. Anything stood out to you in the coaching carousel? Rob Lanier goes to SMU as Jankovic is out there. Anything kind of stood out to you so far? You got the Millers, I think, coming back, right? Archie Miller and or at least Sean Miller returning. So it's been a busy coaching carousel here.
Yeah, it has. Obviously, I felt like one of the real elite hires. I thought last year one of the great hires was Tommy Lloyd to Arizona. I kind of feel the same way about Shaheen to Seton Hall. I think it's a great hire. I've been yearning for Seton Hall to fire Kevin Willard and bring the right coach in. I also like Matt McMahon to LSU. Matt McMahon was terrific at Murray State. They really need just a stable coach at LSU. They dealt with all the nonsense of Will Wade. I kind of liken it to with Baylor when they had to, kind of move on from Art Briles and some of that stuff. They went out and hired Matt Rule. It was a great hire, really stabilized the program. Matt McMahon's a hell of a coach. I'm going to tell you right now, you know who scouted John Morant? Matt McMahon. Nobody believed John Morant was a worthy recruit. He did. He offered him a scholarship. And look at John Morant now. He is going to do very good things at LSU. Also, you talk about just things that are going on. Arkansas is... I wish I could find a book that was offering 2023 odds. Arkansas continues to... I'm losing value by the day here. Arkansas is going to be, I think, the consensus number one going into next year.
They picked up a few, what is it, 2 or 3 5-stars, I believe I saw, Jeff. Is that right?
Yeah, 2 or 3. They also, looks like Note is going to return.
Yeah.
I think Jalen Williams is going to return.
Wow.
Yeah, they're going to be nasty.
Jeff, can you believe the sleepy town of Greenville, North Carolina, where we're talking to you right now, just across the street, a stone's throw away, DJ Diesel, maybe better known as Shaquille O'Neal, will be performing at Doggy Jams, and you got Brianna Chicken Fry from Barstool here, and it's a freaking party right across the street from us, big man.
Well, I will tell you now, a lot of people know this about me. I am a big fan of dance music. It's one of my kind of weaknesses, quite honestly. I enjoy dance music. I have since I was a kid. And I will tell you, I've listened to many of Shaq's sets. A lot of people in the DJ world wonder if he's actually mixing or not. But
right.
I'll tell you right now, you want a party. Shaq is terrific on
Awesome.
the ones and twos. Obviously, the music he plays a lot of dubstep and that kind of stuff. But I like that kind of music. So yeah, Shaq's terrific. I think the people there will enjoy that. If especially college kids. They the vibe of Shaq. Shaq's a great guy too.
Yeah, and cool to have him in Greenville, North Carolina. Big man, great to talk with you this basketball season. We will keep in touch. Hopefully we can track you down later on at the end of this month, maybe talk some draft props. But I've really enjoyed talking with you. Keep up the great work with the Sit Down podcast, everything you got going on. Of course, we'll follow you on Twitter at Jeff Nadu. And if you need anything from us, big man, just let us know.
We'll definitely do some draft stuff. I love doing that. Also, I'm just going to be busy. I just want to let everybody know, and I let you know. I'm going to be doing a baseball show with Donnie Rightside.
Oh, nice. I love your duo with him, man. That's what got me hooked on you. You guys doing the college basketball show years ago.
Yeah, we'll be doing. We've been. It's going to be with BetUS, so we're going to stick with them, and yeah, it'll be fun. We got an analytical guy on with us as well, so it'll be a fun show. And yeah, thanks for having me, Clip. Always appreciate the people at Pirate Radio.
Thank you, big man. Jeff Nadu joining us today, and we'll talk to him later on this month because it's April 1st. We have begun draft month here for the NFL. Things not going good in Cincinnati. East Carolina down 4-0, trying to get out of the first inning. More on that in a moment. And we'll talk to Mark Greenhill's Golf Shop Radio Show when we return on a Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For service, we're doing touchless pickup and drop-offs. So when you pull your vehicle in, we greet you at the car and open the door for you, but we're putting plastic on the seats. We're having a steering wheel cover put on. We even have shift knob covers now this year. And then we have the customer actually drop the key in a baggie, and they're the next one to touch that key when it comes out of the baggie when they pick up their vehicle. So just want to make sure we take care of the customers that voted us number one.
Brown & Wood, your number one dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Mow like a pro with Hustler Turf zero-turn mowers. They engineer their mowers to be maintenance and service friendly for the everyday homeowner, while not sacrificing the build and cut quality they're known for. From the heavy-duty frame to the welded steel deck to their trademark smooth track steering, Hustler Turf zero-turn mowers deliver professional grade cut quality for a perfectly manicured lawn. Come into Ron Ayers Motorsports to see the Hustler difference for yourself today. Ron Ayers Motorsports, Highway 11, north of the airport in Greenville.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
For dine-in or to-go, Familia is your favorite place for great Italian food and more. Familia has just launched a new menu featuring new pizzas like the Sweet and Spicy and the Southwest Chicken. Every Sunday, you can feed the whole family with a buy one, get the second pizza half-price special all day. If you need to unwind after work during the week, stop by Wednesday for half-price wine, and Thursdays, all drafts are only $2. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College.
Safety comes first at Greenville Utilities. Did you know that by itself, natural gas is completely odorless? As a safety precaution, a chemical is added to the gas that gives it a distinctive and unpleasant odor. This allows you to detect the slightest amount of natural gas both indoors and outdoors. If you smell a strong odor of natural gas in or near your home, you should immediately call Greenville Utilities. GUC maintains staff around the clock in order to provide immediate response to emergencies such as natural gas leaks. You can count on GUC to keep safety job number one.
This is Ryder Giles, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Alrighty, welcome back to the show for the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner like Kevin Kozart today with the Free Beer Friday. Be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the close to 54,000 followers today at PR927FM. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, AMAC at the plate for East Carolina, and he just hits one high and deep and out of here. That is a home run for Alec Makarevich. A solo shot, and East Carolina is on the board. It is 4-1 in Cincinnati. Pretty good timing there, as the Pirates give up 4 in the first inning. Some control issues and some bad luck, and some Cincinnati hits as well mixed in there. But that might get the Pirates going, as AMAC hits one over the left field wall. So 4-1 the score in Cincinnati. We'll keep up to date on that. We will now talk some golf, some hoops, and a little bit of everything with Mark Greenhell's Golf Shop Radio Show, coming your way 8 to 10 a.m. on Pirate Radio on Saturday morning. He joins us here on Pirate Radio Live. Greeny, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Clip. How are you doing today?
Fantastic. And let's start with the golf. Let's start with the topic of the week, Greeny, and that is Tiger Woods going to Augusta, playing a practice round. What is the latest on Tiger and his potential to be playing next Thursday in the Masters, Greeny?
You're hearing both sides. I mean, you heard rumors leading up to the plane taking off out of Florida to head up to Augusta that he had Joey LaCava down at his Club Medalist down in Florida, and they were walking 18-hole rounds leading up to this. And then, There's no carts at Augusta, so he had to walk. He had Charlie with him and Justin Thomas, obviously. So we didn't hear much more than that. So, the question is, can Tiger actually make it? And, for the listeners out there, if you have never been to Augusta, the view that you get on TV does absolutely no justice. And you've heard people say that before, but I'm here to tell you 1,000% that golf course is a lot more hilly and a lot more difficult to walk around than you would anticipate and you would even pick up from being on TV. So, I don't know if Tiger can walk 4 rounds at this point. Does he go out and at least give it a try? Does he just go out and play the par 3 and not play the Masters? I don't know. I mean, I think there's speculation on both sides. So it remains to be seen what's going to happen, and we might not know until the last minute.
Mark Greeny joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. Greeny, I'm looking at the Valero Texas Open leaderboard, and I might be missing it, but it doesn't seem like there's the biggest list of names on this leaderboard. As who's playing this week and who is practicing right now or taking some time off getting prepared for the Masters. It looks like a lot of big names aren't participating.
Yeah, you get a smattering. I mean, there's always players that like to take the week off before a major. There's players that like to play their way into a major championship. So there's 2 different sides of that. I mean, you got guys like Jordan Spieth, who won this event last year. You got Rory McIlroy playing. You got a few. I mean, Hideki Matsuyama was playing, but has struggled with neck issues, so he has withdrawn. The curious one for me is Cameron Smith. Cameron Smith, we have not seen him since he won the Players' Championship. Mm-hmm. And, it's interesting. You go look at his record, and after a win, he traditionally doesn't play for a couple weeks, and then it's not a very good start after that. So he went from being on maybe on the top, one of the top picks on my Masters list to, man, I don't know if I could pick him based on his history coming back after a couple weeks off.
Looks like he is third on the odds I'm looking at, third highest odds to win the Masters. Jon Rahm at the top. Jordan Spieth is up there with Justin Thomas, Cameron Smith, and then the others. As you look at this a week out, Greeny, do you have a favorite or 2 picked out yet? I know you'll be picking your golfers for the Golf Shop radio show, but who are you targeting for your Masters next week?
Man, it is hard to bet against Jon Rahm. I mean, we've gone from a 7th place finish and a 5th place finish. I mean, it's hard to bet against that. Dustin Johnson's won here, but DJ just hasn't been able to eliminate that driver going left, and that's going to be a big problem at the Masters. You got rumors of Bryson DeChambeau hitting a wedge into 13 again in a practice round on Monday or something like that. So. But I just don't think Bryson has the patience to play Augusta National the way it needs to be played and just really put the driver in the bag and maybe only use it 3 times. So beyond that, you start looking at guys, in the top. I mean, Scotty Scheffler is as hot as anybody. He's up to number 1 now. But, other than Tiger Woods, I don't think number 1 has won the Masters before. So it's an interesting thing. I mean, you got somebody like Colin Morikawa who hits his irons really well but maybe struggles driving the ball. Victor Hovland, Patrick Cantlay. Patrick Cantlay missed the cut last time here. When Justin Thomas is on, he's as good at moving the ball around as anybody, but we haven't seen that since the Players' Championship last year. So there's a lot of question marks on this potential leaderboard for the Masters, and of course, Hideki, our defending champion, struggling with health issues right now.
Mark Greeny joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. We are all jacked up around here to see Harold Varner III in his first Masters. Greeny, what do the numbers say? Do you know what they say about first-timers playing in the Masters at Augusta? I got to imagine it's probably not great, right?
No, it's not. I mean, there's probably a couple of maybe winners in the past. What you'll generally see is you might see some first-timers or some guys that, are fairly new to the Masters. I mean, they're always up there on Thursdays and Fridays, but then you turn the page to Saturday and Sunday, and pressure ramps up a little bit, and you see how people respond. Unfortunately, the one thing for Harold is that putting. And we all know that the big thing at Augusta National is putting. And I saw an article yesterday where Jack Nicklaus said, man, there's 6 shots really that are the ones that you have to pass the test on at Augusta National. And, he noted the 2 shots at 13, the drive and the second shot into the green. He noted the second shot into 15. Another shocker that I never knew about Jack Nicklaus is in all the years and all the shots that Jack has hit in tournament conditions at the 16th hole at Augusta National, he's never once hit it in the water in a tournament round. But he says that's not a shot that concerns you. Obviously, the shot into 12, the par 3, the second shot into 11. And he said the tee shot on 2. So those are the shots that you have to survive. But other than that, it's all about putting at Augusta National, and we all know that that's Harold's downfall.
Greeny, it always seems like, and Fred Couples' name comes to my mind, but there's like an old veteran that hangs around for 3 days, makes the cut, and is up there. Is there an older veteran in mind that might surprise this weekend? That might be a fun story for a few days in Augusta.
Well, it would have been Phil, but
yeah.
At this point, I mean, Bernard Langer's been the one the last couple of years. Freddie's back has been giving him so much issue that it's just he struggles now. But when the back is in decent shape, Freddie hits it long enough, and Freddie is a great ball striker. Obviously, it comes down to putting for Freddie, but Bernard Langer's the other one that's been hanging around. Maybe the one to watch this time around is another first timer. Trying to work his way in, and if he plays well enough this week, he might be there, is Richard Bland. I mean, we've kind of got to watch for him right now. He's 53rd in the world rankings. If he can squeeze his way up to number 50, he's in this week. He's 49 years old, and he's been playing as pretty darn good on both the European Tour and now over on the American Tour. So, I mean, man, if he can get in, maybe that's a guy you look for on Thursday and Friday from a first-time perspective, and one of the elder statesmen at 49 years old.
Good stuff from Mark Greenheld. You can check out the Golf Shop Radio Show Saturday, 8 to 10 a.m. right here on Pirate Radio. Greeny, how about the Final Four coming up Saturday? Those games coming up right here on Pirate Radio, and it is North Carolina Duke for the first time ever in the NCAA tournament. So much on the line here, especially for these fan bases with who's going to have the ultimate bragging rights after this game. But how about the game itself, Greeny? Duke a 4-point favorite. It seems about right. Who are you taking in this matchup?
I got to think that Duke has learned their lesson, and it almost seems like that they've loosened up a little bit. I mean, they played Coach K's last home game, and you could just see that they played tight. They played Coach K's last ACC championship game, and they just kind of played tight. And now it's like every game is, potentially his last game if they lose. So it's almost like that they've accepted that now. And they're playing a little bit looser than they normally will. And I just got to think that Duke has got enough talent on that team to put North Carolina to the test. What we've seen out of North Carolina so far is that if you can get them in foul trouble, if you can kind of wear them down, I mean, they've got 5 players. And we saw what happened against Baylor. I mean, a great start to that game. You get a guy fouled out, you get a guy kicked out, and suddenly, it evaporates a 25-point lead, and you need somebody else to step up, and that always doesn't happen. So, North Carolina's probably got to continue to play as great as they've been playing to handle Duke this time around. I just can't see under this situation that Duke lets them win this game.
Greeny, good stuff, man. What you got coming up Saturday, 8 a.m. on Pirate Radio on the Golf Shop Radio Show?
We'll check in with our man Bill Bender, talk a little bit about all sports. We've got Charlie Meacham, who is the former LPGA commissioner, who spent a lot of time with Arnie and Jack. So he's got a new book coming out around his time spent with Arnie and Jack, so maybe we'll get some cool stories from him. We're going to check in down at Myrtle Beach. The World Amateur Handicap Championship is open for people to start signing up for. I mean, that's the world's largest amateur golf tournament down there in the beach. I mean, they play like on 50 golf courses, so we'll check in with Scott Tomasello. And then we got Nick Bradley, who is an instructor, who is an author, instructor for Nick Faldo and Justin Thomas, just to name a few. So lots going on this weekend.
Great stuff, Greeny. Looking forward to chatting with you next Friday. We will talk Masters as it is happening. So have a great show tomorrow, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, good stuff. Have a good one, Cliff.
There is Mark Greenheld joining us on a Friday. Check him out 8 to 10 a.m. right here on Pirate Radio on Saturday on the Golf Shop Radio Show. We'll take our final time out, come back, wrap things up. This is like 3 guys hanging out, eating beef jerky.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Hey, man.
How you doing, man?
Doing great.
How's the kids?
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares, right?
Yeah.
Road time.
How's the old ball and chain?
Oh, man, don't even ask that.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody's having fun over there at the 5 Points Plaza, but little do they know we're having a great time over here at the Pirate Radio studio.
Man.
Real party's over here, guys.
Yeah, I want to give you a high five.
I want to give you a handshake. I want to shake your hand.
Let's take a break. We'll come back and wrap it up on a Friday. Just a couple bros being bros. Back after this. Rock on.
Introducing new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, Classic Cola, Cherry Cola, Citrus Soda, and Orange Soda. You hear that? It's seltzer with a pop of soda, all with zero sugar. Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda, the loudest flavors ever. Pick up some new Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda at your favorite retailer today. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and the official beer of the ECU Pirates.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
At US Cellular, we know you have a choice of wireless carriers. And while the other guys may limit your choice of free phones, at US Cellular, you can choose any phone from any brand for free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month with 4 lines. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
The celebration is on. Save the date for Saturday, May 14th as the town of Farmville celebrates 150 years with a black tie gala from 7 to 11 p.m. Music will be provided by the Raheem Walker Project and dinner will be served. Tickets are $75 per person or $650 for a reserved table for 8. All proceeds benefit the Farmville Chamber of Commerce, and to purchase tickets, call 753-4671. Save the date and enjoy a night out on the town at the Farmville Black Tie Gala Saturday, May 14th.
Baseball is back. Hey, Wood Ducks fans, be sure to purchase your single game tickets online at woodducksbaseball.com or by calling the ticket office at Granger Stadium. Ticket prices for Sunday through Thursday are just $7. Friday and Saturday tickets are $12. Do you have a big group? No problem. Book your group tickets by contacting the front office now. Opening day is right around the corner on April 12th with fireworks and a giveaway. Hope to see you there. Let's go Woodies.
Winslow's Deli and Tavern has a new look, along with a great lunch and dinner menu. Open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner, plus brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. Winslow's is located on 5th Street beside the State Theater and features daily drink specials with 2 outdoor patios perfect for this warmer weather. Come eat, drink, and get your March Madness on in one of Greenville's largest bar areas. Follow Winslow's on Facebook and Instagram for special events and daily specials. Winslow's Deli and Tavern on 5th Street in Greenville.
This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. The real estate market is extremely competitive right now. The importance of being pre-qualified is absolute must before you begin shopping for a new home. At Angel Oak, we offer a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans that fit most financial situations. To get started, contact Talbot Green, Braxton Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250, Equal Housing Lender.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey Pirate Nation, Warren's now has 2 locations. In Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Stop in today for hot dogs, pizza, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity featuring homemade cheese, ham and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
This is Amanda Houston, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Go Pirates!
listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back to the show. The Breaker Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. is the best place to watch our favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Tiebreakers in Greenville at Bells Fort and in downtown Winterville on Railroad Street. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All righty, back with you here on Pirate Radio Live. Garrett Saylor in the game for East Carolina in the second inning. It's not a great sign.
Nope.
Cincinnati up 5-1 on East Carolina. Actually, was that Saylor in the bullpen? Nope, that was him on the mound. And Cincinnati is not going to score any more this inning because Lane Hoover makes the catch just shy of the warning track. And we go to the top of the third inning. Bearcats 5, Pirates 1, top of the lineup coming up. Hopefully brighter innings ahead and brighter days ahead. In this one for the freshly shaved East Carolina Pirates following Mustache March. By the way, Zach Agnos, the winner, if you're scoring at home. He knocked off C.J. Mayhew.
Wow. Last year's winner, C.J. Mayhew, goes down. Down.
I guess this is a good April Fool's gag. April Fool's. Phil Murphy, Governor Phil Murphy of New Jersey. He said, he tweeted out, breaking, I just signed an executive order changing the New Jersey state bird to the middle finger.
What a terrible, terrible joke.
We are just a classless nation.
Classless.
Completely classless.
Classless.
The world is laughing at us. I'm laughing at Qatar after that display they had today.
I'm laughing a lot too.
For the World Cup draw, as that was a giant joke. All right. Final four this weekend. Chandler, you're going with the favorites. CJ, you're going with the favorites.
I'm going with the favorites.
What upset is most likely? Nova over Kansas, Carolina over Duke?
Carolina over Duke.
Is more likely. So you think Nova, the injury was too much?
I think it'll play an impact.
Or you think Kansas is too good?
I think I think both of those things are kind of true, but I also just think no matter how good a Carolina or Duke team is on paper, when they play, it's a toss-up.
Yeah, that's true. This one's going to be weird on that neutral site, Final Four.
Yeah.
Because you're right. I remember taking Carolina in the second game against Duke, and you watch that first one, boy, there was no reason to take North Carolina the second time around, but it was only because rivalry game, they're getting like 9.5 points, 10 points, whatever it was.
That's a lot. I mean,
and now it's shrunk to 4 for this one on a neutral court. But, yeah, you're right. How about you, Chandler? Most likely upset. But it's not even really an upset. We're talking about 2 4-point spreads. They're all good teams.
I mean, Carolina's they're red hot right now. They ruined they ruined Coach K's last game at Cameron. Wouldn't be surprised if the Tar Heels ruin his season in general tonight or tomorrow night and end his career at Duke. So I'm going to go Carolina over Duke for the most likely to happen, but I will take Duke tomorrow night money line.
Longest winning streak. Okay, I know Nova's up there because they won the Big East tournament. Kansas did win the Big 12 tournament. So both of those teams rolled through their conference tournaments and have won these games. North Carolina and Duke lost to the same team in the ACC tournament, the Hokies.
I really need Nova to win for my sake in the NCAA tournament bracket challenge.
What do you mean? I thought it was over.
Well, I mean, y'all thought it was over. Y'all kept telling me it was over. But apparently Igo comes in here the other day and says, I have a chance to win because he has Duke as his national champion. If Duke makes it to the national championship game, and if Kansas makes it to the national championship game, and if Duke wins the national championship, Stephen Igo, I believe if the math is right, and if Igo is right, because he said this, he will be the bracket challenge champion here at Pirate Radio.
So that has to occur, and that is the most likely outcome of this thing, according to the odds.
Yeah. So I'm in trouble.
Interesting. Boy, the times have changed.
Oh, how the tables turn and the turns table.
The turns have tabled. All right, Pirates down 5-1 as we leave you here on a Friday. We'll be talking to the guy who just drew a walk, who has reached base twice already, Zach Agnos, and a couple of his teammates coming up.
And the mustache March
Champion. We'll talk to Zach, CJ Mayhew, also Ryder Giles, and Bryson Worrell coming up Monday on Pirate Radio Live. Holton Ahlers as well to recap a Saturday spring scrimmage. So we got all that and more coming your way on Pirate Radio Live. We're out of here.
I might try to check some of this Shaq stuff.
Shaq about to take the stage soon, I guess.
I might watch about 5 minutes of it, and then I got to head back to old Sampson County.
All right, have a safe trip.
Thank you.
See you next fall. What, CJ, what are you doing this weekend?
Going to Richmond.
Oh, duh. I was just making conversation.
You stupid.
I didn't really want to know. Have fun at the track. Let us know what happens. Take some pictures. Take some vids.
I'll come back on Tuesday and ask Troy D if he knows who won the race.
All right. That's, I'm going to say he will not. We'll see you fine folks Monday, 3 o'clock on Pirate Radio Live. Have a great weekend. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.